Simpsons Index, an online spreadsheet that is also a podcast. This is the podcast.
Coming to you out of SideQuest Studios, this is the Simpsons Index, episode 318.
Woo, woo.
Hello out there.
Spicy.
I'm your host, Elliot J. O'Neill, joined here as always, except when he's not by BT Calloway.
Ahoy, hoy.
And joined by quite a bit over the years. And for the first time in a little while since episode 300, it's Danny Rosewell.
Wow, it has been a little while. I'm Danny Rosewell. Danny Rosewell.
Classic.
Welcome to the Simpsons Index. This is the podcast where we watch and review 3 episodes of The Simpsons at a time, but here's the twist. They all come within like a year and a half period because...
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the way it is now. Haha, original format, kind of.
We're down to the dregs, Elliot. It's okay to say it.
Literally...
We're scraping crumbs from the bottom of the bucket of the garbage bin.
Yeah. So this is something that I'm springing on the audience from out of nowhere just at the start of this podcast, and I'm pretty sure I told you guys.
Are we the audience?
Well, you're both facing me in a way that does
Yeah.
make me feel like I'm performing a bit.
We're the audience for the last 20 minutes.
I paid for this seat. What about you?
He knew someone
You
on the
didn't get...
inside.
okay, so
It's kind of embarrassing to say. You can't just ask me that.
there's a guy at the door checking tickets.
So this may be the last episode of the Simpsons Index.
Haha, surprise, motherfuckers.
Yeah, we've decided that the Simpsons aren't stopping.
Hey, audience. Right now, Elliot still doesn't know there's a new Simpsons movie and a whole nother season coming. We are going to tell him live on the air.
Wait, what? No, the season 36 opener. It was the finale. They said it was.
Check underneath your seat. It's a contract. You get a contract. And you get a contract. Bees!
Bees everywhere envelop me. No, yeah, the Simpsons are fucking relentless, and
We're tired.
we're tired. We want to do other shit. I'm going to get into it a bit more later in detail, but yeah, look, we're calling it an indefinite hiatus at the moment.
Groening's been dead for 20 years. They just haven't announced it.
That wasn't actually Mark Maron's second last guest for his podcast, another great podcast
Mark Barron's been
ending
dead
this
for 30 years.
Just let the ghost of Mark Maron die already. Jesus.
Yeah, look, that's it. Any other good podcast that sprung up in the 2010s, yeah, we're taking our cues at the moment. And, you know, calling it an indefinite hiatus because there are past that we might want to come back, and certainly for a second Simpsons movie we might be able to talk
Reunite for that one?
Yeah, talk Alexi and David Malloy come back and help us review that. So we're not...
More importantly, Elliot might be able to look himself in the mirror, slap himself and say, do it. Just do it. Do it. They need you. Please, God, do it.
He'll have a moment where he reflects upon his whole life before he goes on stage. Yeah, maybe. I mean, look, and everyone who's wondering if this is serious, first of all, yes.
Yeah.
Second of all, look, when Elliot first told me we kind of wanted to, finish things off, it was like, yeah, look, I get it, buddy. It's like that, episode of The Simpsons where the mountain just keeps going.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
It's the murder horn, man.
Without an end in sight, it's been hard to really get the motive together sometimes.
And besides, they did a series finale for season 36, episode 1. I feel like if there's an end point that we can mark, at least for the moment, it's their fake series finale. We've done up to everything, including we will have as of the end of this record and the 3 episodes we're going to review. So yeah, look, like I said, we'll talk more about the end and, things I want to, bunch of stuff I want to get off my chest, and you're all going to hear about them. And
It's a different show.
do the feats of strength and thank yous, and announce the Seinfeld index, and keep making that joke of every other index that I'm going to do after this one. But business. We just watched season 35, episode 3, McMansion and Wife. First released in October of 2023, it was written by Dan Weber, directed by Debbie Bruce Mann. In this episode, Homer and Marge and the kids as well, I guess, get some new neighbors, and the man of the household is a Lambo salesman, Lamborghini or something.
Something legally distinct, but you know what it is.
Lamborghini.
And he's cozying up to Homer, convincing, oh, you're my best friend. But it turns out it's so that Homer will approve some crazy renovations they want to do to their house. And in the B story, Bart finds a way for Nelson to stop bullying everybody. But it doesn't work out. They become... I don't know. Yeah, guys, what do you think?
This gets to be a mess. and in ways that are a little bit hard to dissect without watching it again, which I'm not going to do.
Well, I will once again point out that season 35 was produced between all those big writers-directors strikes that were happening a couple of years ago. And yeah, I don't know where this one coincides with all that, but yeah, that's the little bit of leniency you can give season 35. That much like the COVID years, they're produced under non-great circumstances.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Something about this whole episode didn't sit right with me. I didn't like... Well, just first off, the kids' storyline felt very... What's the word? Like, hello, fellow kids, sort of.
Cyberbullying, we understand that word.
Always, the Simpsons' answer to bullies is to bully them back, and that feels so American to me right now. Shout out to all our American viewers.
Love you all.
Yeah, the problem is America as a society. Not to say that you're a problem, because you're gonna come and shoot us with your guns.
Look, I mean... Here's the thing. I think Trump winning meant that Dutton lost for us. Like,
oh yeah, he Dutton.
It's very.
See, this is why we're ending the podcast.
I know.
BT's
I'm
running out of
breaking
words.
down. Prime Ministerial candidate Peter Dutton clearly made his intentions known early on to be kind of the Trump version of us, and he lost in a colossal landslide, the likes of which we've not seen for decades, which felt good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, unfortunately for America, because, yeah, you guys were kind of like the test audience, then we had our election a few months later and be like, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Not to bring, like, politics into it too much, because that can derail... Well,
me,
let alone the entire podcast.
No, but I mean, just to talk on, the time that we've been doing this, we started the podcast mid-2016.
Yeah.
Trump gets elected later that year. And then after, he loses the second election, I finally have the bravery to do a couple of very political episodes that would have felt very sad to do on Trump years and been like, oh boy, isn't it great we don't have to do that
we
again?
Can finally, isn't that finally behind us? We can talk about it without worrying about the Nazis in our beds or whatever.
What you're saying is it's our fault.
Yep.
Every time, ever since we've had a podcast, for most of the time, he's been in the White House.
Yeah, isn't that a fucking thing?
Look, I mean, I'm not going to, after today's record, if he gets, removed...
Even Lisa's idea was to bully him back. Lisa's like, I've got a great idea. I'm going to get blackmail videos to embarrass him.
Yeah,
and I'm going to bully...
I don't often write down the integrity break note, but that immediately stuck out.
Doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel like a Lisa thing for one part.
No.
We'll
not
get
a
in
healthy
on that one.
approach to you confronting your bullies.
Well, the writing throughout a lot of this is very...
get a bigger gun,
it's very disjointed. So we... I mean, look, not even what stands out to me, but hey, it's going to be a thing I talk about now. Unless you want to get us back on track first.
Hey,
Elliot.
BT, what's a moment that stands out to you for better or worse?
I mean, I was going to talk about something else, but I'll talk about this instead. Look, it's a bit where, we cut to the school and the kids are watching a video on bullying and the kids are like, remember, if you're getting cyberbullied, it does get better. And like rainbows and cheer. And I originally thought, okay, it's a good anti-heart of they're not telling you what you can do about it or to go tell a teacher. They're just telling you, suck it up. It's going to be awful, but hey, life will get better someday. Yes. But then Bart leaves. Nelson bullies someone. He goes, that thing showed me what to do. Nelson, I understand you bully because you're hurting yourself. It's like, that's not what we saw.
No.
And that happens a lot throughout this episode of things... and similarly just to the end where Lisa discovers the reason the neighbors can't do these renovations is their house is actually on historic land site. But then Homer just goes up to the guy and says, hey, I'm not a Lambo man anymore.
Yes.
And that's his conclusion.
Yes, and that's the end of that.
He didn't even mention the thing that Lisa brought up. It's like,
and then all the rich guys are like, he's right.
Yeah, and it feels insanely disjointed in ways that, you see it once, you're like, oh, okay, but it happens a lot throughout this episode.
Yes. They have their plot beats that they're ticking, and they don't stop to think, did we get here? Mm-hmm. This is just, we're going through the motions. The next thing that has to happen is we wrap up. Next thing we have to happen is his Lambo. Oh, we didn't even mention the dream at the start, but...
So the dream at the start, we get the return of the extra long couch gag.
Yeah.
By God, it's been a while.
Yes.
Like most of the season 30s episodes are The Simpsons, straight into episode, but no, we get straight into fantasy sequence of Homer going home via a Lambo, via a complicated James Bond.
Yeah.
I was thinking James Bond because it's very gadgety, but not really.
Didn't talk back to him like a Knight Rider would have expected a bit of talking.
But he mentions that Dick Van Dyke appeared in it. Where did that happen? Because
I did
he
not
is the one.
see Dick Van Dyke in it.
I think that's the flying contraption coming the opposite direction.
No,
was that a Chitty Chitty Bang Bang reference?
Don't know.
I've never seen that
These
movie.
are old. These are references that were old when I was young.
Yeah,
That was
McMansion
another
Arrive
point.
is a reference to Macmillan and Wife, a show that I only know because it was referenced on Family Guy, a show that famously references 80s shit.
Yeah. I wanted to mention that McMansion and Wife really makes it feel like that wife is not a character at all, and she does not pass a Bechdel test. Does she have any agency other than to be a trophy in the background of...
If you're gonna run this by Bechdel, yes, they pass. Because she talks to Marge and it's not about a man.
Talk to Marge about?
They're going to go get a massage.
Oh, yeah.
Going to talk to each other while they have their faces in the face.
Oh, we'll be background. We'll be in the background
This
while
is why
the men are doing men business.
There's a lot of reason why the Bechdel test doesn't truly work, and it's more of a litmus test for a generality.
Yes.
That's a different podcast.
It's at least a little bit more reliable than the BMI, but you know.
Yep.
Macmillan and Wife is an American police procedural that aired on NBC from 1971 to 1977.
I know it's not, but I want to believe they're a husband and wife detective duo.
50 years old.
Rather than he just comes home and she's like, "How was your day?" And he's like, I busted all these criminals, dear. Where's my dinner?
But to your point, though, Chag, you know, Marge and this the wife, they should have had like a character dynamic going on as well as Homer, like in these people being
they both get seduced.
Like, there was
finally new neighbors that we get along with.
Are we building towards a swingy sex thing?
Yeah,
and then
I wondered that for a little while.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
At the start when they were like, "Oh, we're couples," and then
couple montage, go to dinner,
Milhouse's dad and stuff, blah blah blah. Oh, we're swinging too, right? No, you just approached me in bed. I forget where they were when they had that conversation. It was probably something
they were
at
the restaurant, and I didn't mind that gag of like, the Van Houtens and the Hibberts, like they're seemingly at dinner, and then Kirk's like, I wish we had a relationship like those guys, and Dr. Hibbert's like, we don't. We're not dining together. You just slide it at your table next to ours. Yep. But then all the rest of it can go to hell. But it also just had a real, I don't know, moment of dissonance where Hibbert's voice was nothing like him. Oh, yeah. But he went for the laughs this time.
Yeah, look, there's a whole other thing to talk about as well. There's a lot of segments that really could branch off here. And if you want to do that, we can do that.
Yeah. We can do that. But I wanted to get back to your point, Chad, because like that time that they dedicated to this kid's bullying story that goes nowhere. They could have, fed a little bit more time into the Homer, Marge, new neighbors thing, which I think is the thing that was working here. Yeah. But also it wasn't, because much like the nerd kid story, I feel like they all just end without proper resolution.
We get sick of it and move on.
We get the biggest whiplash kind of moment over this credit sequence, which, let's see, starts as a Mr. Burns origin story. Becomes a Lion King reference. And then we skip to the future where all the Simpsons stuff is on display for...
Whiplash is right. From 200 years in the past, instantly 200 years in the future?
Yeah, something like that is, oof.
Which, again, as a bit, I don't mind that this bit Homer in the arse in the sense that, the plan to make it heritage listed meant he couldn't do any changes to his home, but then it becomes a museum. That's fun, and I like there was a tribute to the lady that gave bad Halloween candy.
Yeah.
But then, that Abe statue line that
Abe's
got me to
death mask.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it was strange that if we're setting up a flashback of Jebediah Springfield and baby Monty Burns, why would we cut to a museum of the Simpsons paraphernalia, not a museum of Jebediah and Burns?
Would have been way funnier to be like the family having to deal with their house as a museum now, and people have to come in to look at historic
tiptoe around it.
Yeah, that's funnier.
But, I mean, that's where the episode sort of felt like it was going. It sort of felt like we hit a third act escalation, and then all of a sudden the credits.
I was blindsided by the credits.
Yeah, like we paused for dinner because it arrived early. Thank you, Papa Flocker. That was some good
don't
chicken.
thank them too much. They forgot your chips.
They did forget the chips.
Good burgers, though. Let's be fair. Let's be fair.
And I enjoyed a couple of Beach's chips. Thank you for the chips.
They were again. I didn't add those to menu. That was you.
Really?
I think you paid for them too. They were all your chips.
Yeah. Anyway, I got my refund for the chips that weren't there anyway. So
that's the end of that chapter.
All right. Danny, what stands out to you from this episode for better or worse?
It really struck me as a choice to have their Knight Rider Lamborghini car flick out fucking old-fashioned Leonardo da Vinci wings and then go past, presumably, Dick Van Dyke in his little fucking Leonardo da Vinci sky car.
I mean, I will say for a couch gag, even an extended one, I thought this was fine. I think there was enough comedy going on with the weird gadgets.
Why?
I popped a little weirdly for the goat milk on the go.
Yes,
he has a goat milk button.
And I was like, yeah, okay, the car has buttons that do everything. That is a run on Mr. James Bond cars or whatever.
Yeah, like I enjoyed when he gets home and the he has to park sideways in the garage because it's so full of crap. Yeah, that fits. But elements, but
yeah. Maybe that was the first nudge that this was all dream sequence instead of the start of.
Like at a certain point during his many gadgets and everything being perfect, like okay, when's he gonna wake up?
Ooh, the hair.
Yes, the flowing hair.
Like leaving Las Vegas.
I mean, it also could have been like 6 months earlier. Flashback.
Las Vegas?
Kind of. Yeah, you're not thinking. Yeah, that's the one where Nick Cage drinks himself.
No. The one with what's his name? Kurt Russell.
You mean like Big Trouble in Little China?
That's the
He's
guy.
He's got a
Escape from L.A.
Yeah.
Snake Pilsner or whatever.
Yeah, from Metal Sneer Gollad.
Yeah.
Yep, mullet is what you're after here.
Mullet.
But all films, mullet is prominent.
Yeah, well, I mean, especially because we don't get couch gags that much lately.
Yeah.
I've even gone back on my stance on the extended ones where, especially because this one does seem to be a little bit of a take of the whole, family coming from their various spots to arrive, central location. But then, when he actually gets to the couch and Marge is like, there's no dinner left and the duck got sprayed by a skunk. Like,
yeah.
There's a lot of fucking weak cappers onto jokes. Like,
yes.
The Kirk at dinner before started well, ended crap with the whole bread thing.
You need a big finish to a good joke ends well. Like the surrealism has to happen at the end, being like, wake up, Homer, and then her snake neck grows out as you realize that the walls are I don't know.
No, but it is a metaphor for the entire episode that it felt like we were just getting to the build of the ramp and then Evel Knievel goes, stops the bike, ta-da, I drove all the way up this ramp.
Yes.
Honestly, that would have been a good joke. There are a lot of
that
very
is very funny,
weirdly
Elliot.
set jokes in this. What stands out to you for better or for worse? Or was that
we didn't ask you. I mean, except for now.
It's weird. I do feel like weirdly, we've barely scratched the surface, but we kind of covered it. I will say that there was a joke that I feel like works on paper where, in the assembly, Nelson's doing the whole punching his open hand thing and it's like, oh, I'm going to, hurt someone.
Yep.
But the zoom out then reveals that he was punching database's open hand.
Okay, I missed that.
And, because I think there was just something a little sloppy about the execution on that one there. And I think that's a good metaphor for another metaphor for this entire episode is there's some good things going off here, but terrible execution. And to borrow something that you said during the watching of it, Danny, this feels so written by a boomer. This is we noticed that we've mentioned that these feel like problems that are specific only to very rich white people.
Yeah.
And when someone new moves into the neighborhood and they just build a mansion right next door, what the fuck?
How dare they fucking do their renovations on their house that's probably falling down because they've just moved into someone's shitty house.
Let's also appreciate that this is a pretty big ad for Lamborghini.
Oh, yeah.
They're all like, look at all these amazing features it has. It'll make your wife want to bone you. And yes, there's a tiny swipe at the end where Homer runs and says, I don't want to be a Lambo man. And some guy's like, this car isn't going to make my junk any bigger. But outside of that, they make Lamborghinis look pretty damn sick.
Yeah, man. I don't know that I would have left if I was a millionaire with a tiny dick. I would have totally still been there.
I did like the repeating gag of because the Lambo that Homer ends up borrowing has the, fan. What do they call them?
The
upward doors?
Slicey doors.
Yeah. And I liked that it just kept uppercutting him.
Yeah, he could never quite get it right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it worked every time.
That shot of his massive ass getting oiled up as he
one of my notes of
squeezed into the Lambo.
There is so many fat fucking phobic jokes in this one.
They are not comfortable about fat people.
No.
Well, even you don't even have to be fat phobic to call that a shitty fucking joke. It was just we know how big a Homer is. We have seen him thousands of times, and yet when they're having him go into the car, they do this point of view, and it's just 5 times larger than normal. It's just like, what are you doing here?
We are showing that surely the audience is supposed to think, Oh no, you're not letting this fat piece of shit into your car, are you? Not letting him into your Lamborghini, are you?
But even then, like, I can quite easily imagine that a very, purpose-built, light, fast machine is probably awkward to get into for anybody.
Oh yeah,
let alone a bigger dude. So you don't have to. And then he's like, "Oh, it comes with Lamborghini ass grease,"
and it's like, that's weak.
And then does he like get his hands all over Homer's business?
Ass.
Is he like?
Yeah, he greased him up good.
See, that's the swingers approach they ditched. They're like, if you like my hands all over your greasy ass, perhaps we should trade partners sometime.
It's like the How to Cook for 40 Humans thing. He rubs off that this isn't fatso grease, this is fatso lube.
No, there's even more. It's 40 fatso lube.
Yeah. For your big orgies, big in both ways.
Yes.
Was this a particularly wacky episode of The Simpsons?
I mean, we just had a whole bunch about Homer's ass, but what else have I got here? I might have enjoyed the joke more in a better episode of Bart demands Nelson's vest and he takes it off and he's got a shirt painted on.
Shirt painted on. I'm gonna have to use this area to ask the question.
Sure.
Are American undies different to Aussie to everyone else's underwear?
How so? In terms of their ease to grip and pull?
Do they stretch out into this long thing, or is it?
Well, this is I don't
understand how any of this is.
The visual reference of a wedgie is almost mythological. Did they ever occur? Are they that common? I feel like no. I've never witnessed one in real life under any circumstances. Not through all high school.
At all?
Like, when did anyone ever get a wedgie?
Oh my god!
No, I've never. I've worked in a school for the past 10 years and never seen a wedgie.
Really?
Not one.
Where did you? What?
I had two older brothers.
Yeah.
Who watched The Simpsons and copy cartoons.
But the mechanics seem very... You have to turn the person around, find their underwear by going through their pants. That's just...
I was outnumbered.
That's true, but that's
I got them, like, let's run the list. I got pink bellies. I got purple nurples. I got, probably racist to say, arm burn thingy. Those guys tortured me.
Right.
And also, I feel like the underpants went both ways in schools where, dacking and wedgies were both popular forms of bullying.
All right. Well, I'm very sorry to hear this. We'll talk about it later over beers.
All of a sudden, this has turned into a therapy session. I need to end the podcast.
Tell me about your childhood, Elliot.
Some men would rather do a podcast than go to therapy,
Oh, it all makes sense now.
Yeah.
I still feel like I have more questions about underwear. Like I don't think you could...
Like, who wears it? Why?
No, well...
Thanks to our sponsor, Step One. No. I never experienced the atomic wedgie, though.
No.
Like, there's no way... there's no physical way underwear is going to get over your head, because underwear, as I know it, isn't built with that kind of... Stretchability.
Well,
surely.
Again, to bring it back to the Jackass movies, which we frequently cite on this podcast, they had the bungee wedgie, and that definitely was like, band went overhead, but...
What's
that
a
took
bungee?
A bungee
Is that... So, like American undies are designed to support more
bulk, perhaps?
More of a stretch for the bullies. They're designed for bully encounters.
Well, I guess the tighty whitey seem like the very loose and sort of poorly made things that could probably stretch and rip really easily.
Like, there's only one way to settle this. Who's wearing Y fronts right now? Or are we all in boxes, or in Shag's case, completely nude under there?
I do those basically bike pants.
Okay, that's probably not going to work. I've got boxes, that's going to work. Let's find... Look, grab your neighbors. We'll see what they're wearing.
Oh, Glenn. Look, I mean, there's wackiness all around this thing, but were there any, particular cartoony moments that stood out to you guys?
Okay, one I liked is when Homer aggressively throws the Lamborghini fob back at the guy. He just has a little parachute.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Not bad.
I was like, okay, that got me.
There are a couple of fob puns as well that
I'm awful.
Generously using the word pun for. He said, "Oh, my fob."
That's okay.
And did he say "go fob yourself" or something?
Yeah, which doesn't work.
Yeah. Anyway,
both Bart and Nelson know the song to a 1940s seesaw song.
Yeah, that was weird. That was very strange.
Oh, we are enjoying the teeter-totter.
And then Skinner's like, "Oh, they know the words to my old favorite alma mater teeter-totter song." And then he's like, "So, Superintendent Chalmers, fancy a little."
Teeter-tot.
Fancy a teat on the tot?
I heard you swing, but do you...
You can teet my tots anytime.
Do seesaw.
I like that version much better.
I don't know who I was being. That wasn't Chalmers.
It sounds closer to his original voice than it currently does these days. I'll tell you that. Yeah, look, some animation moments. Like, I guess we get a little bit of that with like there's a lot of montages in this thing, by the way. The montage, the clips of Nelson being humiliated, nursing a hummingbird. I guess that's more hard, but
yeah, but also, there's the whole integrity thing. Like, so Lisa's plan is to blackmail him with videos she has, but she got them off a different website where they already were.
Yes.
With no explanation of who filmed them. And then also, it wasn't clear if she'd already released them because kids are already laughing at Nelson, or she was threatening to release them because that's how blackmail works.
Yes.
So I was just, and again, it's
also,
Lisa.
There are ones that make him look like a bad person and ones that make him look like a good person pretty indiscriminately. It's really more just like documentary sort of.
Yeah, haha, you enjoy looking after wounded baby birds, loser.
Yeah, I'm glad you weren't clear on this either, because it makes me feel a little less insane. Because, like, yeah, I didn't know, did Lisa shoot this and then upload it to that site? Because she did say she got advice from this site, but also...
But then later on, she can't access the videos because she's been hacked, and it's that site she's talking about, like, why are you hitting yourself.org or whatever it was.
Loser says,
why does hacking her computer bring down the website? I don't think anything you could do to my computer would bring down, I don't know, YouTube or TikTok.
Yeah, ignoring the soft technology of it all, my question remains, did she release these or is she threatening to? Because it's really not clear. Because, they walk into school and everyone's laughing at Nelson and on their phones. So at that point, you're like, okay, so she's released them. So now she has no leverage unless she has even more videos. But then that feels really... against Lisa's type.
Well, if you're a content creator, you need to keep a buffer for your release schedule.
Keep it going.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know that too well. Well, how about the flip side of that? How was the heart in this one? Did we feel the bumps?
The closest I got was like a moment of anti-heart of like, if you're being bullied, it gets better.
Oh my God.
Like to offer no actual advice. I thought,
advice.
I like that at the beginning because I thought, okay, that's a funny way to be like, we've got nothing. But hey, we made a video.
I don't even mind like Nelson then bullying that professor or whatever that like hosts that bullying presentation.
Yeah. If you're getting punched, eventually their arms will tire.
Yeah, even something like that would be kind of a good anti-heart way of doing things.
Terrible advice.
If you're a bully, stop.
Yeah, it's the Homer becomes a champion boxer method of dealing with bullies. Just suck it up and withstand it, yo. But in amongst this whole thing as well, we get a reappearance of Hubert Wong, who we all saw last time on the episode that's like going through Lisa's story a few years at a time and her like how her and Nelson's lives intersect.
A hacker on the train or something, right?
Oh, yeah. They had like a relationship.
And Nelson was like crazy buff on the train.
That's right, yeah.
A very minor character that was then played by Tress McNeil, but has since gotten replaced by Rosalie Chiang. And yeah, in amongst Simpsons' effort to stop having not white people voice for not white people.
Excuse me.
Good thing I'm getting cancelled.
I do like, I love that in your effort to not say anything problematic, you accidentally did.
No, because I was did the mistake of trying to talk and read Wikipedia at the same time.
They're looking to diversify.
Yes. Thank you. But yeah, anyway, Hubert Wong makes an appearance in this episode, and
that's also very weird because literally there's a bit where they're kind of hacking against each other, and then they do have a moment of like, I appreciate what you're doing, and then cut to Lisa having this big reveal at home about the heritage state of the house, and then Bartlett has a line of, "What? You guys are friends now?" It's like, okay, that happened, I suppose.
If your characters have missed out on huge chunks of exposition, how do you think the audience feels?
That's the thing, and I don't ever want to campaign for more exposition, but this episode just needs it. Like, it is just so...
You can see the duct tape, the exposed corners.
Yeah.
And it just needs, like, a scene of, when Bart and Nelson are on the seesaw for some reason, they both go, well, if the people we're doing this for don't really care, why are you doing this? And Lisa be like, look, everything's wrong at home right now, and I just needed a win. And her being like, what do you mean it's wrong? It's like, well, my neighbors, it's this whole thing is, hey, did you know this about your house? Type. I found it on nerdheritage.org.
Not my neighbors renovating.org.
Yeah.
Things are really hard at home right now. I just needed a win. I don't even know why I'm doing this. Man, that would have been such a good scene. That would have been so poignant.
Yeah.
I don't even know why we're fighting each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I thought, like, yeah, you have to make the leap, but I was guessing, I guess that's the, like, they impressed each other with their methods of, out-nerding each other or whatever, but, like, yeah.
Nelson was bullying me, so I'm on his side now.
Yeah.
He's also another one that doesn't stand up to scrutiny exactly.
No, but it does if, you just want to be on the winning side for a change.
Yeah, but
yeah, no, in the way it's presented, absolutely not.
The other side is also the victims of Nelson who are trying to stand up to Nelson about the bullying.
And also he's being bullied while he's not being, while Nelson can't bully anyone.
Yes.
Which is also a problem.
Yes.
And the other heart quotation marks.
Oh, the hummingbird.
The hummingbird? Yeah.
That was about it.
But Homer and Marge, look, I'll give them this. I didn't mind the thing that they see the renovation start to happen, and Homer's solution is we're going to sit here and mutter.
We're going to grumble, yeah.
That was okay. Didn't need the whole Abe also trying to join, and then being like, no, and then he starts muttering.
Well, yeah, him muttering about them muttering is sort of to show how silly they're being, sitting there and muttering, I guess. To be honest, I kind of like both of those little bits because it's very old man shakes fist at cloud.
Yeah.
Here's an old man to shake fist at the cloud shakers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's funny in an unexpected way because, yeah, I was like expecting Homer to go Captain Wacky and launch into the solution for this problem. But yeah, just to sit there and grumble about it, I'm like, okay, didn't expect that. That's all right.
In fact, that is some of it's the Simpsons saying like the same advice that they give to the bullies. One day, don't worry, one day the house will, just sit there and grumble. One day your bully will grow old and die. Entropy strikes us all.
Yay.
Thanks, Dan Weber. Did it feel like an episode of The Simpsons?
Half and half. Like it feels like two separate scripts that they had to combine into one, but instead of changing either one, they literally just copy-pasted, as in cut out with scissors lines and then glued them onto the page.
Hey, we're going on strike. Oh, what? I've got these two episodes together. Just glue them together.
Be like, hey, did you print that script using our printers? Yeah, well, that belongs to us. Give it back here, you writing nerd.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't feel massive character breaks, besides Lisa.
Yeah. That bothers me, but...
And I think the whole Bart and Nelson thing could work with proper motivation. I feel like Homer and Marge, they're kind of on the correct side here, but yeah.
Yeah, look, there's a bit where whatever the new neighbors is like, you need to convince the wife, take her out on a spin in the Lambo, and Homer does, and she has a great time. Like, that's nice. And for a while, she's
she
like,
gets
okay.
the seat warmer and her hair like starts to fall.
Yeah, and have the whole, how long a renovation's going to take, and then it's the escalation of it's blocking out all their sun, and their air conditioner faces them, and all that kind of thing.
Yeah,
that was a good way to like have them on the same side, but also find a way to escalate. I'll give them that.
Didn't need the whole thing with them going to make out point and everyone going, ew, the disgusting fat person is kissing. Ew.
Yeah, and this extra tacked online where Shauna and Jimbo are there and like, not only are they married, they're married to each other. And Shauna's like, if I ever kiss my husband, I just this isn't a joke.
No.
You're not even saying, like, the best you had is not only are they married, they're married to each other. That's the best you got. That's fine. That's where you cut it off. There are a lot of jokes that just happen. I don't know how else to put it.
A lot of it just happens.
Because there's a bit where the construction's going on and Marge's like, well, this is like being hit by a ton of bricks and then bricks fall on her.
Why was that?
And it's not a misdirect of, because I thought 100% there's going to be a misdirect. She's going to say, falls on you like a ton of bricks. Someone says, look out below. And then like a pillow falls on her or something, not a ton of, but no, it's literally bricks. You're like,
they really had to force that line in as well. It was such a non sequitur. It was not connected to their
It also
conversation.
Feels like when someone says something, it's like, oh, that's a saying you've never heard of. So that hit me like a ton of bricks. And it's like, it's not really a saying, but it felt like they thought they were being really clever. It's like, some people get it.
Yeah, that wasn't really clever. That wasn't really the right way to use your phrase. And having the ton of bricks hit you doesn't make any witty point about there's no joke to it. Right?
It's literally just the thing you said happened figuratively, happened literally.
Yes.
And that's it. And that may have been funny in 1922, but we are quite a few years from that.
Yes. Yes or no, would you watch this episode again?
No.
BT, what would...
Other than confirm it existed, I feel a little bit fever dreamy on this one.
At the very start of this one, we sort of said, we kind of have to watch it again if we're going to really like deconstruct it properly. And I hope it doesn't come to that. Thank you.
No, not at all. BT, what would you like to change?
Look, I don't know how you do this, but have the stories combined and have Nelson bully the new couple into maybe leaving.
Okay.
I don't know how.
We need a bully in order to...
He needs the outlet. They need him, these people gone. have heard them just mock the renovations, like, oh, you're using Tuscan terracotta, so last year or something. I don't know what.
Yeah, and you can do a thing because Bart can't prank them because they know him and like where's...
And then you can have Bart go to Nelson and like, we need to one last gig. I know you said you were out of the game, man, but we need you back for one last con.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, or like he, I don't know, super glues those truck nuts to his Lamborghini.
There's a look.
I don't something, because at least then it brings them together.
Yeah.
And otherwise, things just happen and then it's over. And over incredibly abruptly as well. If nothing else, fix the very obvious problems of Lisa's solution has nothing to do with Homer's confrontation with the guy in the end. And similarly, I don't even know what the end of... I guess Bart and Nelson just decide to... But it's not just Bart's problem of being bullied by Nelson, it's everyone. So why does them being friends suddenly cancel that out?
Yeah, again, the seesaw just feels like that's where we're holding the story for, the escalation of that. That doesn't feel like the ending there.
Yeah, they're just bored and kids, and they're like...
It started off with Nelson's really escalating his bullying, and we don't know why.
Find out why.
We never find out why, and we never give him a reason to stop escalating.
Yep.
Danny, what would you like to change?
It's such a big question with this one. I didn't want to chop the whole thing to pieces. I feel like the Lamborghini arc was more of a main arc than the Nelson one. So I feel like we should be like dialing down the Nelson stuff and maybe trying to focus and put some heart into this Lamborghini one. I'd like to see them justifying why Homer and Marge are so angry about these guys doing renovations to their own house next door, Like, I think having them...
Like, we don't even get a lot of scenes of it being early in the morning and the construction going on. We get one.
Bang, they wake up and there's jackhammers, and... Yeah, man, but that shit happens to everybody. That's not like end of the world.
Yeah, and they even have a moment like, oh, well, how long is renovations going to take? And then it needs that escalation, but
Yeah, it doesn't feel, or it should have gone on past extension times, or they should have been ignoring red paperwork they should have done,
bribing
or
their way out or something.
Yeah, or like it's the workers keep creeping into their yard. They had to take down the fence, and now there's like supplies all through the Simpsons' backyard while they're trying to this, that, and the other, or they get like surveyors in and they're moving where the lines of the there's justify some reasons why they're so upset about this.
Yeah. Well, I kind of got the vibe that they were going to do the whole like rich people buying up on property, renovating and turning it into an Airbnb sort of thing.
Oh,
yeah.
So like, and I honestly thought that in the moment when he was trying to call them and they said, oh, we're in Bora Bora, that they were, I don't know, going to somehow find out who their previous neighbors were, who are like, oh, they just do this. They move in, they make all nice talk and whatever. Then they renovate their house, fuck off, and then turn it into an Airbnb or something like that.
No,
or like, it turns out they own 7 houses on the same street under different names or something, and it's the Lamborghini man is slowly taking over Springfield.
Well, yeah, and isn't the whole McMansion thing meant to be like commenting on big houses and wife? Don't forget wife. Commenting on those like big mansions that all like a cookie cutter and all look the same as each other. So that would play into that. Yeah,
that'd be something. I really thought they were going to do like a Beetlejuice Art Deco going wild sort of construction thing, but they didn't it ended up bigger than they were expecting, and there's shadow, and they put this stupid like church bell on the top of it to kind of could have done something. Oh, they should have had Homer getting angry when the church bell gets put on top and he lets out a big F-bomb and the ravens go up off the
Simpsons did it.
Well, this is just such a weird one to dissect, but we've got other episodes to do tonight, so now I must say it's time
Wait, what will you change again?
The thing I thought they were going to do that they didn't do, that plus also lose the fucking Nelson plot.
Yeah, dude. I'm on that page.
Yep. All right. Well, it is time for our final notes.
Now it's time.
Yes, and now it's time
for our final notes. Everyone's final notes.
That was really bad. We were perfect until the harmony. And
look, we've got a lot of time to work on it. Oh, wait,
no, we don't.
Oh, snap.
Danny, any other bets from the episode you want to mention before we move on?
Let me just check my notes.
I'm waiting for a punchline. Like, the audience at home, he doesn't have a notebook, so I was expecting him to, like, look at the bottom of his foot, and that's where all his notes are written. So we got hold waiting.
We're doing a cutaway gag while I'm checking my notes on the inside.
Enters his mind palace, which is being renovated.
And he's singing the theme song for my new podcast, the Pod of Ipanema.
So you're going to be like the waiting music podcast.
Yes, Hold Music. The Hold Music review podcast.
Hold my beer.
Oh my god.
Hold my pod.
Beach.
No notes.
Final notes.
Okay, we see Bart's butt.
Yeah.
We've not seen that for a long time.
Yep. And we get a reference to the strangling. Also something we haven't had in a long time.
Yeah, which was interesting. So, good handshake. Yeah, well, I strangled my kid. Oh, not anymore. It's a different age.
Yeah.
Sure. There's a bit where Nelson's all like, humiliating Bart and gets all the other kids to record, and he's like, and record landscapes. Like, dude, no one records landscape. Come on.
Yes.
We're in the vertical age.
Such a Simpsons writer thing where it starts out with just like, here's an angry bully kid, and now we're going to stop, and now the writer's going to bitch about his favorite fucking film orientation.
Kids these days are always on the goddamn phones. Look, there's a reasonably decent Gil line where he fails to close the deal, and he's like, I'm going to lose the rent on my shoes. I'm like, okay.
Oh, man. Just watching Gil look for a pen and getting more and more desperate and sad. It hit me so hard. He's just like, this sale's not going to happen. Oh, where's my pen? Oh, yep, pen. Check my pen. Pen. Anyone? We're still waiting on that pen, guys. Pen, please. Anyone?
I did find myself going, yeah, he can work at the Canyonero place or wherever we saw him in that other...
Yeah, Lamborghini.
No way he's getting hired by Lambo.
It feels way above his fucking...
Yep. And look, it's not as old as a Dick Van Dyke reference, but Goodfellas reference. Look, it's evergreen, but at the same time, who is the audience? Like we've been told before, you can't...
It's done.
Yeah, you can't expect Simpsons to be the same. It's for a new audience. Is it?
But they also did a big extended Goodfellas, like these exact same shots in that episode where Bart and Nelson become friends in like the mid-teens.
So they've done it not only for the same character, but like...
Yeah. Because, when I heard the buzz of Then He Kissed Me coming, I was like, what relevance is this fucking song? And then they're doing that exact camera angle. What the hell?
Here we go again.
Yeah. There's a sign in the cafeteria that says, Salmonella, not baby salmon. And I thought that was funny.
That's okay. Not bad for sign gag.
And that is all my notes.
I like how the guy endeared himself to Homer by going, who's this stupid guy, referring to Flanders. But yeah, there's a weird guest list for this party that he's throwing where it's Krusty, Disco Stew, the sea captain, and the Yes guy. And also Wiggum pops in for a frame too.
Yeah, what's to play off their whole, we're so glad to get out of the city with some real meet real people.
Normal, everyday Joes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, weirdly, we reviewed an episode this morning that also had a long return of the Yes guy.
He's
season
back.
35 is his year, apparently.
Spin-off showcase episode.
They mentioned they're going to play pickleball because that's a latest thing that people are into, so we have to include it into our episode, even if it doesn't mean fucking dick.
I heard that on the TV. Let's use that.
And then, they do the Homer's out of breath gag long enough.
Yeah.
Oh, and it says pickle, I better eat the ball.
Jesus. Oh, I'm not a phony, but I do pretend to be. God. And the whole, it's nerdo on nerdo. Actually, it'll be nerdo a nerdo.
Oh,
it's tedious bullshit.
Not you, obviously, Elliot. Shut up, Hugo Weaving or whatever that guy's
I will
name
at the
was.
end of this podcast. Except for the other podcast that we're continuing, but we'll get to that.
It wasn't Hugo Weaving, it was Human Being or something.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's time to rank this thing on the Simpsons Index. We rank using a 6-point scale, which starts down the bottom at failure. Maybe if the episode was just meh, you give it a participant. But for the positive rankings, you got okay bronze, good silver, excellent gold. But for the best of the very best, you give cubic zirconia. I'm going to go first. Let me show you how it's done.
Yes.
Failure. Like, I don't think this is as bad as a lot of failures that we've covered, but there is just such a smack of lack of effort and connecting the dots. I feel like it's again, the endings for both its stories are abrupt and feel unfinished. It's just a failure in those ways, and a couple of gags just can't save me from that, BT.
Yeah, much the same way. I don't really hate this one. It's going to definitely slide out of the brain pan, but it's just so empty and effortless and ultimately broken as well. Like, there are just parts that don't fit with the other parts, and in very clear and obvious ways. These were problems on the page long before you got to all the other steps in making an animation. Do I want to fail? Yeah, I do. Failure.
Danny, please finish it off.
Oh, you bet I will. Yes, we can send this straight to hell.
Hey.
Put a bullet deep in its skull and give the I'll say that in a second. But I think for all the reasons that you said, this feels like an absolute mess of a writer's room project. It feels like they've taken a bunch of scraps, maybe not just 2 episodes. You know what? I really hate that I'm always saying the same thing in this podcast.
Well, we should probably finish it.
One of the reasons why we're quitting is because, honestly, Simpsons keep making the same mistakes. We keep making the same commentary.
Yeah. It always feels like they have ADHD and they get bored halfway through their stories and their jokes, and then they tell us, hey, our show is really boring. Keep watching us. And they always feel like they're hacking pieces out of 3 different episodes that don't make the cut, and I can always see the tape, and they always end really suddenly and disparately, and there's not a sense of resolution. Their 3 different story threads don't tie together into one cohesive whole. It hasn't even got this sort of sense of vignette of a larger picture like your Pulp Fiction-y sort of storylines. The characters aren't
it's what they're not
jarring,
saying coming
but
through.
It's empty, it's alien, it doesn't feel humanizing or emotive, it doesn't make me care about the cast or where they're going, and I think it's safe for us 3 to give this the...
That's a unanimous failure. We are giving this episode the Index Finger! It actually genuinely feels good to at least know we're getting one of those out before we get out of here.
Well said, man. That was beautiful.
Yeah, fully.
Yeah.
And this will be a unanimous failure and the last episode we're reviewing for season 35. It'll be joining other unanimous failures from this. It's a Blunderful Life. I do not remember this episode. Nope. Frankenstein's Monster, where Frink and Homer are doing the whole earpiece. I'll tell you the smart thing to say, but they fucking clunk
they whiff everything, and it also ends incredibly abruptly.
Yes. Yep. And Bart's Brain, where Bart befriends a brain in a jar.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I just have to load. What is It's a Blunderful Life? Oh, that's like they're telling a future story about where Homer pissed off the town. And,
and it doesn't really make any sense.
Homer ended up being scapegoated for a power outage that plunged Springfield into darkness. Fucking hell. We reviewed this episode some months ago. I can't, the Teflon quality of some of these fucking things. Hey, Beach,
if you were going to take a stab at some episode that we gave the index finger to, what would you pick? What comes to your brain?
Is in what the worst or look, it's tempted to say Camp Crostier as being the worst of the worst still, possibly overtaking.
Elliot, was that an index finger? Was that a unanimous failure?
I mean, surely.
You'd like to think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
The one that's like the story of Moe's Rag being narrated by Jeremy Irons as the rag.
Moe's Rag from Rag to Riches or whatever.
Yeah,
I was going to say the one about the horse that goes to court and the gay horse.
Yeah.
What to expect when Bart's expecting. We've grown to like that, not like that one, but be endeared by it because at least it's weird and interesting.
Oh man, it's like Tommy Wiseau. Yeah. I love watching The Room, but I don't respect it.
Yeah, look, I mean, that's the thing. When you've got 6 different boxes that you can put, your episode ranking in, like, it does mean that there's variables, and, we hit on it with Swaim the other day. It's, that episode was still a bronze, but, the adjective that we choose to use around it. And this one, it isn't a failure because it's offensive or it's tedious in those same ways. It's it's a fucking mess.
Yeah, it's disjointed as hell.
But... fortunately, even with that little 1 that I give for episodes that give a unanimous failures, the overall rankings won't affect season 35 in that it will go down as a shiny participant of a season and will likely go down as our 26th best season.
Whoa. That is pretty
right
low.
In the middle, kind of.
That means there's a lot of worse out there.
Oh.
Well, out of 35 seasons that we're reviewing, 26, that's a bottom 10 right there. So,
yeah, for real.
Yeah, well done to the season that was produced during the strikes. I mean, and I will shout out the one episode that we did give a unanimous gold out of that, Midsummer's Marge Dream. I don't remember what it's called.
Marge Dream?
Yeah. A
mid-childhood's night dream.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Marge gets sick with the flu and starts having these hallucinations, being insecure about the kids growing up, and it's actually really emotional and they land it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Not this one, though.
No, not this one, though.
No,
not
at all.
Get it out of my sight.
All right, well, that does it for season 35, and now we are going to press on with a couple of season 34 episodes. First of all, we are doing The King of Nice.
Oh, yeah, let's do this!
It sounds
Adventure Time.
Nice.
Okay.
Hey, you're like a big cinnamon roll or something.
Oh, I meant the title. The King of Nice and lots of spice.
Well, if you ever need to voice a dog that's also an eclair, you found the voice.
Oh, let's do this!
And we are back, and we just watched an episode from season 34. This was episode 4, The King of Nice. First released in October of 2022. Directed, also like the last episode, by Debbie Bruce Mahan, and written by Jessica Conrad. In this episode, Krusty is Ellen and Marge is as like his segment producer, and Lindsay Naegle is there. And there's a bunch of stressed out interns, but they just call them Jordans because it's easier, but they only did that for that one joke.
Jordan's intern corner.
Hey, Jordan.
Hey, what'd you think?
This one started much more promisingly.
Yeah, had better writing
and
a bit.
It doesn't flub it as hard, but the scene's missing.
Not in the same way, huh? But it really hit me hard as, what do they call that? Inside baseball? Hollywood writers writing for Hollywood writers?
Yeah, there's definitely
this is like a cartoon.
Yeah, TV writers writing about TV writers writing about interns about writing.
Like the last one, you have to be a rich guy in a rich neighborhood to get this one. This one feels like, you have to be TV insider to get this one.
I mean, parts of it work fine. You don't know too much of the inner workings for it to come along, but there's, definitely a lot of wink nod that is not directed at us. It's directed to other people.
Yeah. This is an episode made for all the other fucking penniless interns that have been exploited all across California and Hollywood,
Yep.
Wasn't it? Oh, God, it was like the last thing I said in that last episode was, I'm always complaining about the writers writing for writers writing about the writers. I'm always saying the same damn things about these episodes.
Well, because I was worried about clustering these 3 episodes together is because, like the point I made, one of the reasons we're stopping the podcast is because, we feel like we're spinning our wheels because The Simpsons kind of are.
It took 31 takes, but it's done, Bart.
But at least these 2 are sort of different kinds of not great episodes for different reasons, but I do agree that it's a lot of insider wink, wink, nudge, nudge, simile. But at least this one, I don't know. I think it just felt slight. Like, there was a logical progression to everything, but it kind of just still wasn't filled out.
Yeah, at a certain point. And to be fair on this one, I feel like it's more they didn't have time for a couple of things that would have patched things over. Like, Marge gets a new job. She starts finding it stressful and it's taking away. But I'm saying okay, so quit. Like, there's no reason for you not to. And if they'd had that scene where, even though she's finding it stressed, she's also really enjoying it.
Yeah,
and they have
why
a little
is she
bit
pulled back? They don't talk about why she's pulled back. I like that they had the intervention. I thought that was a really good step, except I don't think that it earned it yet. It kind of came up.
Nope. Like I'm saying, slight.
Yeah, before the breakdown and this huge cry for help, and clearly she's falling apart. Yeah, everyone already was hip to it. They had the intervention.
Yeah, you got the scene of her watching the whole crowd laugh at a segment she came up with.
Yes.
That works
Fantastic.
for that. They have the nightmare sequence, which, love a good Simpsons nightmare sequence.
Yes.
But the family at this point is not aware that she's stressed out at all, and you need that, your mother promised to help you with your Florida costume and isn't here.
Exactly.
Moment.
But they had plenty of Flow Rider in this episode.
And they paid for one song, and they're going to get that money's worth.
I think it would have been interesting if they had her trying out bits on the family who aren't getting it, and she's like, only my job understands me. I'm hilarious and funny and witty, and you guys don't.
I mean, maybe not trying them out, but just the idea that a lot of because she's pitching a bunch of daytime TV sketches, and they are very cheesy, cutesy. Baby hat parade, things her family would not like at all, but that obviously does fly on daytime TV.
Yeah, well, I feel like it was getting close on hitting the concept of this is something that musicians go through if they have a successful first album. They've spent their whole life up until that point making that first album. And then, once you introduce tours and contracts and stuff coming up with the sophomore, they call it the sophomore slump. Same with Marge. She's had her whole life up to this point studying daytime TV and having, this is what I do. But once the board starts getting emptier and emptier, and I thought they were doing that, but they got
bored of waiting for that board to empty, so they just had
Lindsay come in. And another thing I felt like they were hinting at was Marge then realizing she's the Ellen, because we have this moment of Krusty being like, what the fuck? This is the first time I haven't facilitated a toxic, and we haven't seen Krusty being bad to anybody. So
and it's a weird sudden turn to have Marge then yell at an intern when that's not been her journey up. She's not been slowly becoming Lindsay Naegle.
No.
Yeah, she isn't getting more responsibility. She hasn't got employees under her in the same way, or it hasn't been shown that she's sort of moving in that executive route at all. At all.
Just gonna skip right ahead to what would I change? I would have
right?
Lindsay has to leave for some reason, and Marge takes her position.
Yes.
because even though she's never produced a show before, she's been a good segment producer, so they're moving her up. And she's like, enjoys the chance to really show off and be, that person,
Lindsay
have a job, have a purpose.
Lindsay breaks down. It'd be
later on we find out, because that ties in with the ending.
Yeah.
Yes, good.
Which would have led into the fourth act, like a bit that I don't mind, of Lindsay doing this ad for this like TV daytime people who worked in industry rehab center.
Yeah.
The rehab center gag. Was that a post-creds? It felt like a post-creds.
Post-creds, yeah. Because, Disney tried to shrink the screen. I'm like, the episode's not done yet, you cunts.
Yep.
But I liked it.
Yeah. Oh, same here. And then, it turns out there's no one to camera that she's turned to, and the teleprompter's just a TV tray.
And then you have the whole thing of like Marge trying to be nice to her staff, but then she's like, no, we need 15 new segments by tomorrow. We have nothing. You all, if I have to stay back, you all have to stay back. And then not like I want to make excuses for TV, but that's the way these things happen, is you keep getting more and more pressure with less and less budget to do anything or to hire people. And it's just, we either do this or we're screwed. So do it.
Yeah, it's The Simpsons just being like, here's a thing that's happened recently.
Yeah.
Let's work out how we do the Simpsons version of that. But this isn't a Treehouse of Horror, This is a full fucking episode, and you've got to kind of make it work outside of that knowledge, which I feel like you need a bit more to make this episode make sense and to make the sort of bullet point leaps that they kind of are, and the slightness of this episode. Yeah. BT, what stands out to you for better or worse? I'm asking as we've already fucking done the workshop segment.
100%. Look, usually I put like a star next to what stood out to me. What stood out to me is the scenes missing.
Yeah.
The fact we transition from one part of what's going on to another, and it genuinely feels like something got cut for time.
But it's not like in the other one where it's like, I feel like you made a leap here and I don't see how this was connected. This one, I understand how you got there, but it wasn't...
didn't earn it.
Yeah, 100%.
No. Yeah, and that's kind of what really wrecked this one for me, because story-wise, I was like, okay, I'm having a good time on this one. And then it just made a few too many of those leaps that it feels like, something was cut. Not that it's disjointed, but that there was that connective moment and they had to lose it for time, or they didn't quite have the idea for it. I'm sorry, I'm toot my own horn, but I like the idea of Marge being moved up to Lindsay Nagel's level a lot.
And this one doesn't even have the excuse of, there was a distracting B story in the way that kind of ate up time. No, this was a through. And
you just need like a moment of Marge, getting all this pressure and deciding to leave, but then seeing, I don't know, maybe the interns now, it's like, well, now that Marge is gone, I need 50 new ideas from the interns instead of 10.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, well, I can't leave, that people are relying on me. Or that moment of, she goes to leave, but Lindsay Nagel's like, Marge, walk with me. Look at your segments. They peak off for our show. Everyone else's segments are doing it half-assed. You can't leave. You're the best thing here. People love your stuff. And having that moment of, if they love my work, I got to keep doing it.
All the other interns are about to lose their homes, and they're starving, and they're all relying on Marge to come up with the ideas to keep them,
Yeah. How about you, Danny? What stands out to you for better or worse?
When Krusty first gets approached to whore himself out for daytime TV, the test is, can you make these girls dance? And so he like shimmies up and
he chugs a bit of tequila.
Straight fucking tequila. And then he shimmies up and kind of does a couple of awkward dances, and he looks really sad and uncomfortable about whoring his body out to these women, which personally I think isn't that different from his day. He's already essentially a daytime host for children instead of for adults. So like, clearly he doesn't feel like, he feels like there's a difference here, that he's no longer being true to himself, or that he believes in like telling jokes to kids. I could tell it honestly and earnestly, but this isn't me. I'm lying and selling myself. There's something here, and then it doesn't kind of get explored really. He gets a job and he gets more money and he gets offers and blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
But I was really interested in that.
Yeah, same.
Also, just the fact that, they're like, okay, the big thing about daytime TV is daytime TV viewers love to dance. So get that room of women dancing, and he just chugs tequila, walks in, and starts dancing, and that works.
And starts dancing.
And there was no,
there is no daytime showiness.
There's got to be some schlock of him walking in, like, hey, if it gets more any lively in here, a funeral's going to break out. How about a bit of music? Or throws on some schmaltz to try to
He tries some of his kids' jokes, and no one laughs because they're kids' jokes. And then he discovers that he does know how to talk to people and get them chuckling and laughing like a daytime chat show host.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought they were kind of, again, the episode hints at a lot of things. I thought they were hinting with that, with like his sort of basic, like a kid level of humor, like those sort of same cutesy puns actually work well for the daytime
when
TV.
When he first gets on stage, sits down, his shoes untied, and he's like, look at that, I already had a wardrobe malfunction, and they eat that up, and he's like, oh, that was easy.
They just love me bitching about shit. And Krusty's also good at bitching about shit. Remember when he was a bitter comic? Like, all he did was bitch about shit?
Well, yeah, and that's another thing they could have lent into is that, like, all Krusty's references are kind of 20, 30 years old. The exact fucking audience for daytime TV.
Yes.
So,
yes.
wardrobe malfunction. That was, like, early aughts, right?
Exactly. I remember that.
Yeah. Oh, we all remember where we were when, and when we worked out how to watch videos on our computer to watch the most watched video on
the most controversial
computers.
thing America ever did.
Justin Timberlake?
Yep.
When his tits popped out.
Oh, yeah.
Both boobies of his popped right out.
Yep.
Both left ones.
With,
He didn't show right.
get it here written
Anyway,
across.
this is not Simpsons. This is only Simpsons adjacent. I think Krusty's already done the Justin Timberlake tits pop out thing. I feel like that's been an episode.
Oh,
We'll have to look that up
you're
later.
right. I do not want to type in Krusty's tits pop out into Google.
Again, we would have reviewed over 750 of these things by the time this podcast is done. I have forgotten.
If you
more
haven't seen it, no one's seen it.
Like, I feel like I've got a good knowledge of this show, but like then I like look over. Oh, we reviewed this episode. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, we did that last
Wait a
segment.
second. Sideshow Bob turns into some sort of grasshopper monster?
I remember that one.
Oh, that's
The
a
man
good.
who grew too much. Come on.
If we're talking Kings of the Pit, that's got to be in contention. That one's fucked. But speaking of Sideshow Mel gets a gig as a DJ.
I kind of like his
Yeah.
through line where just naturally he's just suddenly the DJ for this thing, and then when Krusty's
'Cause
leaving,
obviously.
when Krusty's leaving to go be Judge Judy's like, "You ever done any bailiffing?" Some.
Yeah. No, that was good, but like again, his line, it was so tedious and insidery. It's just like, welcome the audience that'll be late morning or early afternoon, depending on your area and your station provider.
Oh my God, shut up.
I know.
Who are we even making this show for? Late
Right.
morning,
I
early
bet
afternoon.
this episode killed in the table read.
Yes. Yes.
Oh god, we've all done daytime TV, right? You know when Regis has you on, they put you in the small green room. Richer, please.
The charcuterie bird doesn't have any gouda in it.
What? That's not very Gouda.
How am I supposed to do the salad shake thing?
The salad shake.
Yeah, that got a big groan from me, man. They really fixated on that salad shake.
Oh yeah. You know producers and their salads.
Oh my God.
always ordering them from Reggie's or whatever.
And you gotta shake them
Man, can you imagine just getting that salad on a plate,
like
unshook?
some kind of
What
pleb.
the fuck am I supposed to do?
That's why I fired my 5th intern.
By the way, tribute to the thousands of unpaid interns that have been with the Simpsons Index that we've tortured and mentally abused and left with clumps of hair falling out.
I don't know how we do that, but
People keep asking for internships,
I
and
don't
we
know.
keep letting them...
they keep letting them know there's no money in this. We
It's
don't
a
know.
rigor. It's a par for the course. They use that as a stepping stone, to
that's
intern at bigger, better productions.
Yeah. Kimmel had to start somewhere.
He went from Man Show to interning for us and on his journey back up to the
Stepping
top. And then came back to us briefly after Disney fired him.
Yeah.
Still haven't paid him.
Well, he's an intern.
Yeah, what stands out to me? I'm just really annoyed that they bailed from the whole, we all call ourselves Jordan because it's easier for the producers.
Yeah.
Like, they forget
They should
that.
have done something with it.
That would have been
Anything.
such a funny reoccurring bit where you
just constantly every time they say it, just say, because Lindsay even have a bit which is like, checker shirt, not you, tall checker shirt.
Yes.
If you're like, Jordan,
That was
not
your
Jordan, this
opportunity.
Tall Jordan, yeah.
Like, what you need is it to come up mid-sentence in a bunch of casual conversations
Yes.
and just have everyone in the room say, yes? Instant, everyone says yes.
Yep.
yeah.
But,
Yeah, or just like
didn't. Not
meerkats.
one.
There's
Not
gonna be-
one good Jordan joke.
All right, it's going to be an all-nighter. Get me a Jordan.
That is our Jordan Zano. Yeah, that was pretty funny too. That is our Jordan Zano corner.
Shame we didn't have him on for this episode, but I suppose he's
Yeah.
Ashley now anyway. So,
Well, that's it.
but
sometimes.
was this a particularly wacky episode of The Simpsons?
Maggie learned to text. I like that.
And
Yeah.
her first text was learned to text.
Yeah, but it worked in like the flood of text Marge is getting from the family.
Oh yeah, you don't have enough
Lisa's
time
like,
to...
is God dead?
Fantastic Lisa there. That was a cold shot.
So yeah, we get sort of shades of a streetcar named Marge in this one, where Marge is looking for a little bit of a reprieve from the family life and chasing her dreams of being a TV segment.
Self-fulfillment. Yeah. I don't think that is undeserved.
But the way we get into that is very organic. Of like all the, she's in that focus group, all the cheesy bullshit she's saying is flying, and I even like that. it's clearly so they're just like, okay, what else we have? Celebrities. Well, I'm just gonna have celebrities write it on the whiteboard.
Write it on the board.
And then it cuts back and it's like Luann's just hats. What about hats, Luann?
Yeah.
You're giving me nothing.
Yeah, but it also not super fluid because it started from the Simpsons going to this Costco-like place.
Yeah.
And another bane of New Simpsons, the fucking wall of text jokes.
Wall of text jokes.
You ever tried to buy your dog, your pedigree premium dog, a
that was
bag
clearly
of food
a
anymore?
writer's pet peeve.
Oh,
That felt like
do I want a shiny coat or healthy liver? Why can't I just have both? Oh.
Boo.
Right.
Yeah, just all of this boo.
Yeah, very clunky way to get into it because Marge is overwhelmed by the pet food store and the to-do list that they make sure we have time to read.
Again, you don't need to do much to show Marge
being overwhelmed or just being a little bit bored. And
Yeah.
especially that's the focus group who would probably be looking for they'd probably be doing mailbox drops or even like TV segments.
Yeah.
Because she's a stay-at-home mom who would watch daytime TV.
Why is it dog food at all?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's how you fucking get there and put that logic thing, because Marge is at home, she's watching daytime TV, she's the audience for it. She sees the focus group thing and goes to it and has the experience of fucking...
Yes.
Maybe I was wrong. Maybe there are fucking a lot of logical missteps that this episode did make.
Absolutely. She's walking through the TV section of the shop and they're all playing daytime and she critiques, you know what should have happened there? You know what should have happened here?
Mm-hmm.
And as Lindsay walks past, she's like, oh, we're taking this lady with her. She just kind of grabs her hand and leads her away.
Yep, or she's like switching from one to the other because she knows when they get good.
She's in the zone.
Yeah, she's all like, okay, well, at 12:15, this show's going to do this. And I love that. But then, at 12:30...
You see his eyes click. It's time to change channels.
You got to see the baby segment on Channel 7. Oh,
Yes.
it's so cute.
Ah, that's good. Yeah. Oh, because, just going over my notes, I don't have many wacky more things to go over. I guess we get that little fantasy sequence with Marge where she's under stress from coming up with segments and it's all warped and the little index cards
all
are chasing after
family turned into index cards, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you in the shirt.
What would you change again, Dan? So Lindsay walks past and Marge doesn't even know she's there. She's in the TV section and there's 5 different chat shows on 5 different TVs playing. And as she's watching what happens, the coffee spills or the guest says this, and without even thinking about it, Marge is mouthing along to what the host is saying as it's happening, predicting the... And Lindsay walks past and goes, the host whisperer.
Yeah, there you go.
Someone who can write for the host.
Who knows exactly. Yeah, who's absorbed so much of it, she knows everything.
Yeah, because the crusty element just pretty much gets dropped from this thing.
Yeah, he's
so
gone.
by the time
Which
it's
is fine.
toxic work environment, it's why is this falling to Krusty?
He's already famous for being angry and abusive and bitter.
No, as much as they don't quite earn the family having an intervention from Marge because they've not seen a problem yet.
Yeah.
But that said, I do we cut back and the intervention's still going just because they're kind of oh, well, we all set up. Homer, how's the drinking? And then cuts back to Bart. Bart, you got any problems? And I like the idea that just kept going.
None of your business.
They're still trying to save the intervention because they all came primed for an intervention that day, and damn it, they're going to have one.
Yeah, it's the line of well, I hired these chairs, may as well use them.
Mm-hmm.
It really sat on Mo Sizlak for a little too long.
Didn't like that.
Yeah, as a B character, he was really grabbing onto his line with both teeth. But I kind of did like the flush as she was sitting down. I don't know why.
Toilets are funny, man. The start of the episode where Krusty's going around in Kelly Clarkson's house.
Yeah.
And, she's got an infinity toilet.
An infinity toilet.
I really enjoyed that. And that's even one, just saying it and showing it. That was
worked. Plenty. Yeah, that was
you can
perfect.
show and tell that joke.
Oh,
I'll allow it.
The smart toilet episode of Bob's Burgers. Mwah.
Please vomit.
Vomit now. Voiced by John Hamm.
Yes.
Good episode.
Yeah.
How was the heart of this one?
Look, there's a genuine kind of, heart moment. We do talk about how Marge starts off, her whole segment board is full of pins with all the notes. Then slowly it begins to dwindle. Then Lindsay just walks in and is like, no, and she's just left with that empty board. Yeah, that's a good moment. They don't dwell on that quite enough because later on, the board an intern just picks up the board and rams his head through it. It's this was kind of your symbol of the problem.
Yeah, well, it's again another thing I felt like they backed away from because they had the time-lapse montage of various things Krusty was doing, and they had one moment of the index cards being half filled on the corkboard, but it should have been a more gradual thing where
I thought
Marge couldn't keep up with the
the
demand.
sound sting that's
I do know the sound thing. Yeah, and then coming back and like her going, oh, that's my last one. Just better think of some more. Cat hats?
Yeah. Exactly. And it's like I was saying before, it's the whole, she had her life to lead up to this moment, and now she's only like, what, 2 weeks in, and she's already out of ideas. Like, which would happen.
Absolutely.
And again, another reason why we're quitting is because we're kind of burnt out on making this content and the expectation to do it week after week after week after
you
week.
vultures won't let us sleep.
Indefinitely. And the Simpsons keep adding more episodes. We got to go commit ourselves to the fucking podcast reforming rehab at some point.
I haven't seen the light of day in years. All your skin looks yellow.
That's the jaundice from all the drinking we've had to do to deal with this. No, it's been a fun ride. We've had a lot of fun.
It's been fantastic, and I've loved all of it. But
and I'm going to get sappy and sentimental about it later. But first of all, I'm going to ask, did this feel like an episode of The Simpsons?
Yeah, look, we've not had a lot of Marge Jobs episode, but it's always nice to see her, you know, get something new, come into her own a little bit.
It makes sense for her.
This one more bums me out because it doesn't stick its landing, and I like a lot of what's going on here.
Yes. I don't think it was as relatable as I think a Simpsons iconic episode would be.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of inside baseball, inside jokes of, you know what you know what working in a studio is like.
Well, I remember when we reviewed Itchy and Scratchy and Poochie show, and the one thing you guys were saying, justifying your weirdly low ranking for that one, was that it was pretty inside baseball, and it is kind of a show about the show, and it's a bit separate from what the Simpsons, what you expect when you sit down for your Simpsons episode. And similarly, when we watched A Serious Flanders, that fucking weird Fargo Flanders thing, it's like,
Fargo one.
Yeah, I'm not expecting to watch a, like, what's trying to be an in-depth fucking re-parodying of the whole Ellen DeGeneres situation in my Simpsons. And if it is, like, it's feeling way too much on the what actually happened in real life side of things, not, here's the Simpsons taking that basic idea and doing a riff on it. What would it look like in Springfield? Yeah.
You know that super famous episode about all the cast bitching about each other behind the scenes? Behind the
laughter.
Yeah. Like, that is inside baseball, but in a way that is captivating, you know? Because it doesn't feel like you need to have experience behind the scenes to be able to laugh along. Yeah. Whereas this feels more exclusive. I mean, exclusive?
Well, no, and I feel like if it's not just for the people who are working in TV, then it's also for the people who are well aware of the Ellen situation, and that's just going to make this episode date so quick. Like, it feels dated now, and it's only 3 years ago.
But guys, once a show has over 700 episodes, why make new content?
Oh my god! I cannot believe they said it.
I can just watch all the classic Krusty episodes on my iPad here.
Well, you see, there's a perfectly good reason that they need to keep making episodes, and that reason is...
Yeah.
What an episode to go out on.
How dare they?
And I feel like it did try to, I don't know, connect to the things in a way that was satisfying because, Lisa going, Bart, why aren't you trying to stop this and get Krusty to go back to his show? But it's just so fucking on the nose and just, we know what you're doing, Simpsons. We get it.
Yep, smacked on the nose like a rolled up newspaper to a dog.
Yep. Yes, no, would you watch this one again?
Yeah, kind of. Like,
I think I would, but I wouldn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it this time. I don't think I would next time.
I enjoy elements, and that's the problem.
Elements?
No.
Boo.
No.
Boo.
No. What do you... That's not words, Elliot. Elements.
Would you watch it again?
For the exercise of rewriting it? Yeah.
I mean, just to watch Krusty floss. Wow, to be fair, he's meant to be a cheesy TV host, so fine.
But also, that's like the fucking 5th time that Simpsons have done a flossing joke.
And
also, I'm glad that we're dipping out now before they make a fucking 6-7 reference in a episode in 20 years.
Bart dancing on the Conan show and only I may dance. Yeah. It's fucking 50 years, 70, 75 years ago now, I think. I lost count.
Yeah, I think Conan's had like 5 shows since then.
He's died and been reincarnated twice.
BT, what would you like to change? Even though we kind of, it's been the whole show.
We covered that. I like the idea of Marge either having a moment where she does go to quit because the stress is killing her, but sees that's going to put even more stress on everybody else, or gets talked into it by Lindsay, or just some reason she doesn't want to walk away. We get one scene of it, but it's not quite enough. That's before she has the stress. So you have the stress where people laughing at a segment.
Guilt of everyone else being in trouble.
Yeah,
that really
feels like a big one. So I'm kind of for that. I like the idea of her getting promoted to Lindsay Nagel. I already said these things though.
Well, yeah.
To be fair, this episode it is quite full. There's not a lot of fat to cut out, but there's definitely some you could do.
Oh, this is a classic.
There's no beeline, is there?
No, and this was for me like the other one. I'd say is kind of a tear down, fucking scrap it, start again. This one, I'm like, maybe 6 more rewrites is actually a good episode.
You could probably cut some Flow Rider up and free up some time. I know you paid for it and you're getting your money's worth, but just. It's fine. It's Flow Rider. Can't be expensive.
It got a chuckle from me at the very start, and that was plenty. That was plenty.
And they played it another 3 or 4 times.
Yes, because once you've paid for it, you're wasting money if you don't use it.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Shag? What would you like to change?
I mean, we pretty well covered it.
Sure did.
Maybe she gets like a coke habit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, why stop? Let's move all the way to Crank.
What else is she putting in that shaker salad, if you know what I'm implying?
That ain't a salt shaker on her desk.
Oh! Saw a really funny thing of a guy, like, he was going to season his taco, didn't realize he picked up the toothpick holder. Brutal. Toothpicks all through his taco.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Sorry?
No, I haven't got anything good. While I'm thinking, what would you change?
6 more rewrites? Like, I think you're close.
You mean maybe like 6, 7 more rewrites?
Yeah, that sounds appropriate and clever and funny.
I really like a good dream sequence, and I thought this was really pretty.
Yeah.
But it felt kind of like it came out of left field. We hadn't really showed her getting stressed out yet.
No, it's coming back to this episode doesn't earn its moments fully.
Yeah, I guess we're all sort of saying the same thing, but just sort of fleshing out why, because we know that she's got to get stressed out enough to have the intervention, enough to that everything, these pieces need to happen for the story to kind of keep going, but they just sort of jump on board and assume it's happened.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool to see. Like, I really liked that idea of, what do they call that? Breaking the line, where she goes out into camera and starts talking, you know?
Yeah.
I think they should have made more of a point of like pulling her back from when they're all backstage watching the show. Like she's getting so excited about the good thing happening, or this is going right, or let me just fix this or fix that, and everyone's like, whoa, you can't
go on stage,
cross the line or whatever it is.
That would then bring some momentum to when she does step out on stage.
When she does, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just piggybacking off your idea a bit, Beach, I think we actually do need to get Lindsay Nagel out of this episode a lot quicker. She can be the reason why Marge is there, but her presence is kind of taking time away from both Krusty and Marge, who I feel like their stories need to be more fleshed out. And like Shag, you mentioned as well, Krusty's like lost weight in this.
Yeah.
I kind of want to explore that. Like, why is this job actually better for Krusty, but maybe, it's a loss for everybody else around him, you know?
Except Mel, he seems to be doing well.
Mel seems to be doing great.
Yeah, good for you, DJ Mel.
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea that Lindsay disappears and no one knows why, because she's gone checked into the psych wards.
Yes.
And so no one knows why she's gone. She's just gone. There's a big hole in the Enterprise. Everything's falling apart. Everyone's more stressed.
Yep.
Marge has to step in and fill the empty shoes.
Krusty's just like, Lindsay's gone. Don't know why. Marge, you're in charge.
Yeah.
Everybody moves up a step.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in that movie. We did it on Starring Springfield, available now in Cold Blooded.
Oh, true, yeah.
The story of a guy who's a bookkeeper who gets promoted to hitman because someone above him died and everyone moved up a step. Seamless segue. I'm not going to take it.
I thought you were talking about the 30 Rock episode where Jack Donaghy has a hot mic and like everyone in the ballroom hears his pep talk to himself.
Your mommy's big boy.
Yeah. It's time for our final notes.
And now it's time, now it's time for our final notes. Elliot, everyone's final notes.
Mono. Shag, any other bits from this episode you want to mention before we move on to ranking?
I'm going to save them until you're not expecting them and then flush while you're sitting down.
Ooh. All cards of the one suit. I like it. BT.
Krusty lost all his money on NFTs, non-funny TV shows.
Boo. And again, in that same breath, he's like, now record some cameos. It's like, this really is happening in 2022, but making references to 2020.
Yep. Look, at first I found it weird to be like, oh, look at all the superstars of daytime TV. Well, that's where the real money. I was like, is there? Isn't? And then actually probably the only TV left is probably daytime.
Yeah, well, I mean, they pointed it out. Kelly Clarkson, Rachel Ray, that scumbag Dr. Phil, and the one guest star of this episode, Drew Barrymore, returning.
Oh, she did.
That was her, returning from previously voicing Sophie Krusty's daughter in season 11, but she got replaced in that role by Natasha Lyonne.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she's one of the very few examples of a Simpsons guest star that voiced both themselves and an original character.
There we go. Interesting. Also, I believe she put her show back on during the strike, effectively crossing the union lines. You don't do that, Drew. We're not hiring you back.
No.
Even as a free intern.
We were going to ask you for a guest, but fuck it. We're just going to end the podcast and reduce
I don't have that many questions about ET.
Drew Barrymore.
But to promote this episode as well, Julie Kavner was on the Drew Barrymore show a couple of weeks before.
Well, everyone's just kissing ass.
Everyone's just crossing the line.
Unexpected jack-o'-lanterns were one of Marge's pictures, and I don't know, that's exactly her kind of kitsch. I like it. One of the notes on Marge's board is just, babies do a thing.
Yeah, her suggestions, that was all very charming and endearing kind of jokes,
I actually quite like Homer's ladybug story.
Love it. Yeah, fucking love it.
Marge's talking about a stressful day, and Homer's trying to follow along, and he's like, hang on, is this Claire from counting, or is it from making? She's like, no, she has blonde hair. We've all been listening to a partner and it got kind of lost in the politics of what they're talking about.
How was I supposed to know because she had blonde hair? That didn't feature in your story.
I know. But then I like that it goes, Homer's like, well, I had a pretty crazy day too. Lenny had this ladybug in his shirt and we were wondering how long it would take him to notice.
Oh, so good.
Yeah,
that was fell off on its own and then we called him Lenny Ladybug.
Yeah, that was just the right level of kind of interesting,
that day as well.
Yeah, where it's I know you kind of have to be there, but it was funny.
Yeah. I know it's nothing, but if you were there, I swear this would have been everything.
Oh, but also having a good, funny, little thing in your pocket, and then just going to tell the person that's I've had the most horrible day, and I'm traumatized by everything.
Man, yes, my ladybug story is useless now.
But knowing that even though you're so excited to get it out, you know it's going to bomb.
Yes.
This is not a hot crowd right now.
Yeah, so that was a very good moment. A very good Homer moment of very golden retriever. There's a ladybug.
He still took a swing at it. Yeah.
And a bit of a milkshake duck reference here because Marge goes, I have to go. The skateboarding grandma with unearthed her racist tweets, which is pretty well exactly the milkshake duck fucking.
Oh man, it's fucking everyone these days.
Yep. Was that all your notes? Sorry?
Yeah.
Marge interrupts the baptism at the church with her, job. And I think the worst thing that she does here is has keyboard clicks turned on.
Yeah.
Yes.
No one does that.
Oh my God.
The only people that have them turned on are people that don't know how to turn them off.
Marge.
It was just as infuriating in her first date thing, which is when she was trying to, clearly they were making the point that he's telling his lovely story and she's going click, 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 click.
Yeah.
But leaving.
You kind of need the audio input though.
Yeah. It drives it home to us, the audience.
But it is part of this episode where it's did this scene need to happen? I think there were other ways to do this. The scene itself wasn't particularly funny. It didn't need it. And more, you want to demonstrate Marge is having a hard time at home now because of this job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd like to see her struggling more than her upsetting her entire town.
Yeah. But it could also play into this whole, she's in her own little TV bubble world now and she doesn't realize how she's affecting those around her, I guess is the generous take.
Do you reckon the church incident is what set off the intervention?
Well, that note happens before that note, so... Damn. No. As in, that's the sequence of events. So
hey, I'm getting one right for a change.
Sure.
And you know what? Even having Homer react with Marge is texting in church, even I know to put it on silent. Have him a moment where he realizes,
Yeah, when he's the more socially aware one, Marge, you got a problem.
Yeah.
Marge, you don't text in church. You just fart or snore.
Quietly. Piously. Yeah. It's time to rank this thing, BT.
Look.
Hard goal.
It is hard because I do like a lot of this and a lot of it's working until it just doesn't, but it's something that feels like it should be improved.
Is that because we are more inside the baseball than we used to be?
Possibly. I can't rule out my level of baseball. Because, like, logically, I feel like participant, but the emotions feel like a little bit more bronze. Like, there was more to
which
this.
emotions are grabbing you?
I don't know. I don't know how feelings work, Daddy.
Yeah. Because I'm only asking because I sort of know what you mean. Like, I do. There's something about this that I like.
There's something endearing about the concept. The fact that Marge would be good at this really does click to her character.
Maybe it's just about seeing her succeed at something.
Yeah,
right?
and the fact that like, look, after how many have we done? 700 episode reviews, something like that. Yeah, that there's a very few Marge-focused ones.
Yeah, she gets so little.
Yeah, and this one feels like it really should click, and it just falls flat at that, which makes it disappointing, but I like what they've done with it. I'm going to sit with a bronze with the right to blow things out, as always.
Danny?
I think I'm going to I think I'm going to
Parmesan.
All right.
What I think I wanted out of this was like when she becomes a real estate mogul and she's having a great time and she's good at it and she's
just telling too much truth.
Yeah. The problem isn't like that she's making life horrible for everyone else or that she's stressed and it's falling apart. It's that she's good at it, but she's just being too Marge. I want to see her fail because she's being too Marge for the industry, you know?
Yeah, she can crank out 3 good ideas a day, not 15.
All your ideas are too cute and wholesome. We need edgy content.
Yeah.
Oh, but I love my dog and my baby, and I just think they're neat. I just think potatoes are neat.
I don't want to throw a baked potato at someone. They're too neat.
Yeah.
I would have enjoyed if the segment ideas had just said potatoes neat.
Look, I'm going to participant as well, and this is kind of one that, like, if the material was weaker, I would have called it a failure because I think this is a concept that, like, I think all the right pieces are there. Krusty is the Ellen sub-in, Marge is the segment producer. Great casting there. It's just the story and everything was too slight and it needed more.
I'm going to move down to a participant because I remember that part where Marge...
B's are hard to change into P's the other way around.
where Marge yells at the intern and how not the point there had been up until the right section.
She fucking screams at him.
Yeah, she kind of goes out and tries to take the rap for the whole industry and it doesn't make sense.
Yes. And like she's never screamed at anyone before. She is broken and snapped, yes. And that's sort of not... it's not about her anymore.
Yeah. That's not who she is in this episode, and we don't get there. So
that's who she is this week.
Yeah. Like, it's unfortunate. I wanted to like this one. I really did.
Well, that'll equal a unanimous participant. We are giving this the... But look, we got one more from season 34 to do, but...
And they say this one's real good.
Oh, yeah. They say this is top of the best.
I think it actually might be because, I didn't have a particular order for putting these ones in, but I was just like, I'll put the better reviewed one last.
This is the sexy beast.
Anything could happen.
It might be a sexy beast because this episode's going to be called Carlson Rides Again.
Ooh.
We shall see how that sexy beast does. We will be back.
Rides what?
Stay tuned.
Carlson.
And we are back. And we just watched our third and final episode for the evening and potentially final episode for The Simpsons Index. Asterix pending if we come back. Probably not. Not for a while, at least.
And
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
Wah, wah, wah.
But at least for the moment, this is Season 34, Episode 14, Carlson Rides Again. First released in February of 2023, directed by Mike Frank Polcino, written by Lonnie Steele Sostand. In this episode, Carl meets a beautiful woman, but discovers really treading lightly here.
I don't want to watch you tread eggshells, but also I know it's about to happen and it's funny.
You got this, man.
I'll be doing the thing that the guys at the bar did. And,
that was my favorite little moment. Yeah. We're a room full of 3 white guys who are here to talk about race.
I'm not going to lie. I love that the final episode of this for the foreseeable future ends on a subject none of us are equipped to handle.
No!
That's so good.
But all equally, I would say that the Simpsons writers are also not equipped to handle.
Well, I mean, depends who the writer of this is. It feels weird coming out of The Simpsons, but we'll get to that.
Well, I will say for the record that this was a black writer that wrote this. She also wrote that episode where we meet Bleeding Gums Murphy's deaf son.
Ah, yeah, interesting one. Like, not bad, but didn't quite land it.
Didn't quite land it.
Yeah.
But, and this is coming back to an episode that we've reviewed before in the past, the Saga of Carl, where we find out that Carl is adopted to Icelandic parents.
Yep.
And this ties into that history here where his new girlfriend, a black girl, is calling him out that he knows nothing of his heritage and roots. And, Carl doesn't even go on, quote, his side of town for his haircuts and what all.
Yep. He has an identity crisis. You can sum that up quite nicely.
Thank you.
He's very quick to dismiss his Icelandic heritage that he grew up with as well.
Yeah, I would have liked a bit more mention of that, but...
Yeah, if he's grown up his whole life with Icelandic parents, why is she like, nah, man, you're not Icelandic. That's all fake. You got to look at the color of your skin. Surely your parents are more than just your blood, right? Even she's saying, that's not how blood works.
Well, she kind of gets the point of, when he tries to be more... Crap, what word are we going to use this for?
Go on.
I don't know.
Urban?
I don't know.
Culturally appropriate? Culturally relevant? I don't know. He does try to get in touch with what he sees as black culture.
Yes. When he's trying to be more attuned to his black roots, she even says, I want to get to know the guy I met at the bowling alley. That's the closest we get to, no, you're interesting. I'm not worried about, your racial background.
I'm here to meet you as a person. I didn't meet you as a black person.
Yes.
Oh. Sorry, I just opened up the Wikipedia for a couple of things, and I've just noticed it is the first and only episode in which Lisa Simpson is absent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yardley was just out for a week. Okay.
Well, we always say, well, that was the contractually obligated line. They didn't even have room for Lisa in this.
Wow. Interesting.
She might have been in a shot with no lines.
We always
feel like
joked about the contractually obligated single line, but I kind of assumed it was a real thing.
Yeah.
Well, I had that moment with Bart, going to the black barbershop and it being implied he always goes there, but there is this whole commentary of Bart and I don't envy editing Elliot,
Just bleep everything.
Am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed to?
I already don't envy current Elliot for having to
you
talk
are breaking
about
out
this
in
episode.
sweat.
I mean, that's normal for all of us. I mean,
which haircut would you say you have, Elliot? The Ving?
I did like the chart of bald
guys, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's definitely a rock the Dwayne Johnson, definitely.
For real, yeah.
Yeah, BT, what stands out to you? Yeah,
I forgot.
Enjoy these eggshells.
I'm not sure. I'm going over the note. I mean, it kind of has to be the belt buckle, because even in this episode where it is, delicately plodding along, there's a bit where oh, well, I'm just going to sell this belt buckle.
He was very quick to flog the one artifact from his history.
Yeah, and it's the one thing the guy at the clothes shop is like, I'll trade you an entire outfit for that belt buckle. So it's like, yeah, we can see where this is going.
Yeah, how obvious was that?
Which isn't a bad device, but it just was so telegraphed. It felt
Carlson can afford to buy clothes.
Yeah, and
he's
also
not like Lenny living in a half house above a...
He's not poor. So that's weird. Why? I don't know. I mean, I like the joke that he goes, "Oh, right, I know the exact outfit for you," and it smash cuts and Carl's just wearing the same outfit the guy was wearing.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good bit.
Yeah, but it's just such a heavily telegraphed moment that you're like, okay, well, this is coming back. And then we find out the reveal that that's the only thing his birth parents left him. It's like,
yes.
You would never.
No,
you would never part with that.
No way in hell.
You would never just casually take it out of the drawer and be like, I guess I'm wearing this today.
Insane. Yeah. Absolutely insane.
Although his justification for it when, he first meets Naima and she goes, oh, wow, nice belt buckle. And he's like, yeah, I saw my pants needed to be held up, so I grabbed it and put it on. It's a belt.
And I thought, belt.
Yeah, and I thought belt. That was the line. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was a good line. But it's something that's so given no weight to begin with. When he gives it away, it's so heavily telegraphed, it's going to be important.
Yeah.
And then you find out why it's important, and none of the previous parts make any sense. There's no point that he doesn't say, I can't do this. I'm actually secretly in huge credit card debt or anything. It's weird.
Yeah. How about you, Danny? What stands out to you from this one, for better or worse?
Well, I do tend to think about foster parents, they love you more than the your birth parents.
Someone
who
gave you up,
etc., blah blah blah. Your real family is the people that care about you and all this sort of thing. Yep. But I'm really curious as to why they researched this one video of black cowboy dad, and then not what happened to them or
True.
where they've gone or
we never know
why
they
they
had
gave up.
a detailed history of the ancestry up until that point.
They had a detailed history of that rodeo where he had an interview.
One cowboy being like, all I know what I'm doing with this is giving it to my son.
Right.
What happens between that and them giving him up?
Yeah. Or who were they at all? What culture do you take out of that?
Rodeo people.
Yes. Also, like, I do feel like there should have been more involvement from Icelandic mom and dad as well.
Yeah.
Because
I think that's what's working about this is, like, you know, an idea of a B character and we follow them a bit more. Great. The idea he has a culture identity crisis. Yeah, that's an interesting way to go. But then it just kind of circles around this romance a little too much that at this point we're just like, this is not worth the sacrifices you're making.
Yeah. And playing Naima was Dawn Lewis, who you might know from Futurama as La Barbara.
Oh, nice.
And also, while we're on the guest stars thing, that was indeed author Henry Louis Gates Jr. appearing as himself, Doctor, popularly known by his childhood nickname, Skip.
Skip.
Good on you, Skip.
Yeah.
What stood out to you?
Huh?
What stuck it out to you for better or worse?
Look, first act fuck yous, the meal train.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
This is kind of an overriding problem that I have with Simpsons is that they have any issue of, like, where welfare comes up and, like, Homer's going to be the one to scam and, like, trying to exploit that. And there's no comeuppance for that. It is...
True, it's dropped very quickly. And all it is Carl needs to go, guys, we need to get in bowling shape. Bowling season starts in 2 weeks. And we're out of shape for bowlers. And they could be at the bar and drinking and eating wings, and that would be enough.
Yep.
But, I mean, I don't mind the meal train thing, but, it eats time.
It eats time. It wasn't particularly funny, and like that, it was like this Homer scheme that doesn't go anywhere. Is like, I know it's meant to be a first act fuck you, but it is also super unsatisfying.
Preying on these helpful women that are trying to do something for charity. They're good people, and he's just.
Well, it also feels like it was reduced down from a much bigger storyline because, he revealed, they're actually just addicted to the Instagram clicks. So who's the real devil? But that's not an idea that obviously could sustain an episode, but yet they still wanted to fucking get it in somehow.
Right.
So
they had to take their little digs.
Like, Simpsons just does have a historical problem with anything welfare, anything homeless people. And
I'm old. Gimme.
Yeah, this one's like, that kind of irked me in that way.
Yeah.
Oh, and also at the start when Homer is awakened by the smell of chili con carne, and it turns out it wasn't for Homer, and she goes, no, it's for poor Ned. But she ran it so close together that first I heard it as Porn Ed.
The unseen character, Porn Ed.
I thought it was short for porn education.
Did you know?
No, it's for pornographic Edward.
Yes.
He lives in our basement.
No, that's so good. Just be like, you need it for Porn Ed. He can't fuck while he's got a broken leg. He's out of work, Homer.
He needs his strength now. He needs to load up with chili con carne so he can fuck once again. Good old Porn Ed.
I need it for porn education. I need to. Do you know the noise it makes when you put your fist into one of these pasta pies?
I misunderstood the term running a train on someone.
Oh.
But look, I mean, outside that, and then the rest of the episode, maybe shades of the last one we did. I think it's got the right kind of structure, but it's just still a bit slight.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big laugher either. But, I mean, I'm okay with that to explore B characters' stories and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
In concept, like, if this had been better at that, I would have been, more on board.
I would agree. A very kind of an unsatisfying ending. Like, yes, he finds out that his parents were cowboys, but that's about it. Yeah, like I said, we doesn't find out. There's no closure. We doesn't even find out if his parents are alive.
Yep.
No, and I guess, just looking over and glazing over my notes, I guess the belt buckle is kind of going to be the sticking point here, isn't it? Because it's such an obvious lampshading of this is going to be the object to come back to that it feels like when we're going in the scenes where they're trying to get it back, we're just eating up time.
Yes.
Oh, I sold it to some guy. He was a rich Texan, I guess.
Yes.
And then the rich I gave it to a friend of
Arian. Yes.
And it turns out he sold it to the host of that show that just gave it to Carl anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if it had been a classic 30 trades and it's back at the Carlson house somehow,
Sure. Or if it does lead back to his dad. I mean, this is another, we're getting into what would change already.
Man, and it's such a super obvious path that they don't need to run the whole path for us to know what's happening,
Yeah. Also, they don't need to run the belt buckle as a device for Carl, like, finding his roots and everything, it's like, it doesn't help. Like, it's like his dad could still be a cowboy, and he finds out via this, like, basically this is your life show or finding our roots or whatever.
I sold my belt buckle, and I felt so bad about losing my connection to my family that I went on Google and figured out who they were.
Yeah.
You don't need the fucking belt buckle. You don't need any of that.
I Googled this very specific belt buckle.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Odd. Was it a wacky episode?
The broken arm kind of made me go...
Oh, the broken arm. That was...
really hit me, man.
Oh, God. Right at the end,
Magic of horrible animation and horrible sound effects work.
Yeah. But it wasn't wacky. Like, if I got on a bull, it's the least of what I'd be getting, right?
Yeah. Oh, they made him fucking fly. They did the like full like Johnny Knoxville flip from Jackass 4, you know?
Yeah. You know in Community when Pierce goes up to the heavens on the trampoline?
Yes.
Father. Double bounce me.
Yeah.
Good app. Just, looking over wackiness besides the bullfight and that's about it. There's some nice animation moment where the mist of the bowling store turns out, I think it's the shoe spray or whatever that Naima is walking out of.
That was pretty good.
Good bit, but animation moment, like at Rich Texan's little fucking belt buckle emporium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was shiny. It looked very sparkly.
Yeah.
I really liked the look of her restaurant. It was like... urban and modern without feeling like they were really trying to make it, how black can we make this place? You know what I mean? Yeah, they were serving like oxtail and collard greens and stuff, but it didn't seem too on the nose in the way that I have come to expect from The Simpsons.
Yeah, once you realize an episode is going to require a deft touch and it's this show, you usually get quite worried. But
yeah, again, obviously not the people to being the most qualified to talk about it, but we're
here
nice.
We are.
In that sense, my lack of experience is what makes me appreciate the subtle touch here. You know, when they're not being too heavy-handed about it.
Yeah,
I still think this episode was a little heavy-handed, but knowing The Simpsons the way that we do, I was braced for a much worse episode than it was.
Well, yeah, I mean, and thinking back, it's like to when we did Goo Goo Gai Pan, an episode that like I literally just got guest after guest after guest refusing to do. Like, The Simpsons Go to China.
Yes.
And it was written by Dana Gould, who has 2 adopted daughters from China. And it's one of the most fucking racist episodes we've ever had the displeasure of reviewing.
Wow.
And we just sort of had to go into it like, we've got a panel of white people reviewing this one because no one else would do it. At least with this one, like, I wouldn't feel as bad approaching someone to help us through this. But it's the fact that it was difficult to get guests at this time of the podcast, and like just at a certain point, I just had to be like, "No, let's just do it old style. Let's just pick off the remaining 3 and fucking do it in one hit." And
the beautiful scene of someone being like, "Help, help! Will no one review this episode?" And then some white guy with a microphone steps up and like, "I'll review it."
Man, it's the same as looking for a token black guy to review the black episode is the same as looking for a token black writer to write the black episode about the black people.
Yeah,
I think it'd be just as like performative, you know?
Well, that's the thing that I've come into, like, because, especially in the case of Goo Goo Gai Pan, like, the few Asian people that I call friends, it's also, I don't want to approach them to go, hey, let's watch this bummer of an episode and have you have a bummer of a time and put the spotlight on you to comment on this thing that we can't.
Yeah, we've said it before, it's sometimes been awkward. Like, we like having people who have relative knowledge of whatever subject it is on, but it's sometimes like, hey, you want to come be slightly traumatized?
Yeah.
Again, shout out to Christopher Bond for doing all the LGBT episodes with us, our beautiful bisexual
and doing
king.
it with a wonderful smile.
The expert in the field, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like, on the one hand, you want someone who has at least a horse in that game, whatever that expression is. But at the same time, I was like, sorry, we're getting you to do this again. But
good thing is a student of TV and movies and whatever, and actually like seeing the evolution of queer representation. But as far as the black representation into, like, we have had a lot dicier episodes to talk about. Like, do you remember that Color Yellow one where it turns out Homer's had a relative that was black and they escaped in the Underground Railroad and whatever.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Vaguely. That was odd.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, The Simpsons is famously just as bad about its representation of Indian people and its representation of every Italian's in the mafia, or they're the chef,
or working at a pizza place,
or working at the pizza place, and their approach to race writ large is problematic. I don't think that this is making up for 30 years of
It doesn't make me want to scream and run the opposite direction.
yeah.
But also, at the same time, just to bring it back to what we're saying about the other episodes tonight, it's not exactly what I'm getting into when I want to sit down and watch Simpsons.
Like, I appreciate the story perspective. I would have liked some more laugh.
Yeah.
It's better, but you know when like a repeat offender has to put out an apology letter to prove that he's no longer evil?
Yeah.
You know? I'm sure that the person who wrote this isn't the same. I mean, obviously, you said, I didn't catch the name, but you said that it's someone that hasn't been writing for 30 years of offensive racist material for Simpsons, which means at some point at least they were brought on board to be the voice of a new generation. And look, we're totally better now. We're so not evil anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, and in the last episode reviewed, that was one of the rare times that Simpsons have had a female director-writer combo do an episode.
Yeah.
And, of all the shit with the problem with Apu, at least that was kind of a pivotal moment for The Simpsons where they did reevaluate. They did bring in some younger new voices into their writer's room and started not having so many episodes written by 60, 70-year-old white guys. And, the fresh blood of the new Simpsons writing staff has certainly injected some much-needed wokeness into the show.
In that sense, now that you said, just as you said that, I was like, you know what? Lindsay and Marge in the last episode didn't have a single talk about men or relationships or sexuality. They were absolutely genderless that whole episode.
Hey, Bechdel pass.
I thought that was
whatever.
It didn't even occur to me, but just now, that's something.
Well, not a particularly wacky episode, but how was the heart? Carl's got a relationship. What do you reckon? How was the heart?
Look, there's a bit where, what's her name? Naima. Says to him, how can I date you when you don't know you? And I was like, okay, that's a good,
it's good.
Drives home the point.
His sort of uncertainty about finding this balance of who he is when he doesn't know where he comes from and he doesn't know is this, that, and the other. I can understand that uncertainty and that sort of
for real.
That fear of embarrassing yourself in front of where everyone else seems to know the culture and speak the language that you 100%. Don't speak. Dude,
and then the fact that it just kind of has not come up for him since he's been in Springfield because he's always hung out with the same people and it's never been a problem. Yes,
there were periods of heart in this.
Yeah. Oh, the idea that he said he's too Icelandic for the black crowd, too black for the Icelandic crowd. That was a revealing moment for Carl there of, a B character that has not been there for more than, to have slightly less lines than Lenny.
Yeah.
It's nice that he's gotten a couple of feature performances now. And especially, with his new voice actor, Alex Dessert, who I think is doing a great...
It was a new voice actor. I have no problem with him, but it did keep making me think he's not the same, is he?
Until you get used to it. Which admittedly this one I completely forgot he was the new actor, and you get used to these things.
Yeah, well, I mean, for Carl,
I think it works better. Like Hibbert still stands out to me, but Carl was not featured terribly often. It's easier to kind of be.
Carl doesn't really have an iconic
phrase.
It
doesn't have that exact. Because that's the thing. When Hibbert got recast, it's like there's a very signature.
Yeah, he's a catchphrase
melody to his voice, and that laugh, signature chuckle.
Yeah.
So do you go for that, or do you replace that, or you change? Yeah. Whereas Carl's a little bit easier to fit into.
Yeah, and Alex Dessert you might remember as the blind guy from Becca.
I do remember the blind guy from Becca.
And he actually was quoted as saying that he really enjoyed this episode and related to Carl because he says, he was a black guy that grew up in a predominantly Jewish area. So he has that, he related to that issue of identity and
Yes, good.
Did it feel like an episode of The Simpsons?
I think there are no broken eggshells around here. Well done, boys.
Don't put that foot down.
Sorry, what?
Did it feel like an episode of The Simpsons?
I mean, yes. Like, we do talk a lot that we would like to see after 35 years some B and C characters get a bit more spotlight and see what they're about. And the fact we've done that is pretty good.
And I really do like the character-driven arcs, the ones that are less just like absurdist, surrealist, whatever. Yeah. It was a little, what do they call that? First act turn, where it's all about Homer, and then suddenly Homer and his mates aren't in the story at all again.
But
until
it's
suddenly
reasonably quick.
Yeah. And I mean, fair's fair. That is a pretty Simpsons-y trope by now anyway.
Yeah. I guess it just sort of annoyed me a bit more in this instance because they are going for a bit more of an emotional episode here, and fleshing out a B character who isn't a ridiculous caricature like a Cletus or a fucking sea captain or whatever, like someone who's like, oh yeah, you can make a human story around this.
That's it. That's so much more interesting than the parody, I think. Like, I'd love to see more time spent on Bumblebee Bye. But I don't think that I want him to have...
Yeah, I think it would be interesting, but I don't think it would end up being good. Because how much is there to say about it?
It would detract from his slapstick, which has to be sort of characterless because it's essentially like almost conversationless, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the Carls or the Mole Men or the Gil, man, I love seeing a bit of Gil here and there and just finding out a little slice of his... It can still be
ongoing story.
Yeah. Poor pathetic Gil.
Yeah, man, they really whiffed it with the Kill Gil episode where they made him like super aware of what he was doing, like to a psychotic level. Like, that was
like
a shame.
Super competent?
Just like so aware that he's scammy and taking advantage of people.
Instead of just being down on, he's like, geez, the next one's going to be the one, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
feeling like an episode of The Simpsons. I mean, characters behaving like themselves. We're fleshing out Carl again. He wasn't much of a character prior to these years. He never really had a big story moment.
You got that Icelandic episode and
what
the origin.
What do we know about him as a character before this episode, I mean?
Yeah,
he's easygoing, he's friendly, he likes bowling, he's Icelandic.
Well, yeah, with the Saga of Carl episode, we had that revelation that he didn't feel like they were all actually friends. They just knew each other from the bar.
Yes.
But
by the end of that, though, he'd reconsidered, didn't he? He sort of...
Yeah.
And we are friends.
And then we get an episode next season where Larry the Barfly dies and they have like a little friends group road trip and stuff together, and that fleshes him out a little bit more. But
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I quite like the Barfly's relationship in this one where he comes in to talk about it and they're all just, they go, come on, we'll talk about anything.
We can talk.
I'm having something of a cultural identity. And they're like, oh.
Hey, I know awkward slurping when I hear it.
I think that was my favorite scene. That was very human.
And no, I'm very comfortable talking about race.
Yeah. I love how his quote unquote friends, his friends are like, we want to be supportive. We're here to support you. Yay. And as soon as it's like a scary thing, they're all like, oh yeah.
I mean, also, fair enough, if someone came to me and they're like, I'm in a cultural identity crisis about, I'm here for you. I do not know how to help you in the slightest.
I don't hold my beer. I need to hold my beer. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But yes, no, would you watch this one again?
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yes.
I still have things that I prefer. Yeah. It's not perfect.
Yeah, but
neither am I.
Episodes I prefer, and it'll be kind of interesting to see an evolution of Carl.
Yeah, put it in the Carl playlist.
Yeah, that would be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I would like this actually with a bit more context because I feel like there's a lot of references to stuff that I do not know and, for some reason. But yeah, I do feel like this is one where I would like to have read an article about it and then gone back to it and...
To learn more about black culture, you mean?
Yeah, maybe I do need to go visit my local library.
Go visit your local black hairdresser.
And get razzed? Are you serious? Come on, man.
You already got the hair for it, man. You look.
He's not ready to get razzed.
Beard trim. The razzing would be rough.
BT, what would you change?
I think it's kind of got to be the final, the ending of it all, because he finds out, oh, my dad rode bulls and was a cowboy. I'm going to go ride a bull. It's like, that's
with
a
no
terrible
practice
idea.
or experience and
it was just such a sudden transition as well. It was kind of funny for that sudden transition. A lot of characters being like, hang on, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But it just felt unsatisfying that I really have to come back to the fact that he doesn't even find out, A, if his parents are still alive, or B, why they gave him up.
Yes.
Surely that would haunt you more than anything else other than, they were cowboys,
They were
let's
cowboys.
ride bulls.
Now I know everything about them.
Yeah. That feels like a real big misstep. I realize that's a lot heavier, but that would be the question you have walking away from that whole thing.
Absolutely.
I'm guessing they wanted a bit more of an action for the ending, but even then, it's a brief bull riding scene. There's not a lot there, so...
Yeah, and not much in terms of like an animation. Oh, I suppose the arm, but yeah, it's...
Yeah, or at the very least, have him get up from getting thrown off the bull. He meets Naomi and he's like, hey, so you want to go on another date? I know a bit more about who I am now. Yeah, Instead, they're getting a blood transfusion in the back of an ambulance.
I liked the misdirect because it looks like they're in bed.
Yeah, true. The
and
misdirect
she
works.
has that nice line of, I don't know
pillow
whether or
talk
not
shot,
it's like, I enjoy that you did what I said, or if I'm impressed by you, but yeah, I want to see more of you.
That's enough vague that whether she shows up again or never again,
doesn't.
it
Yeah,
works fine.
Yeah.
What about if... Sorry, you were about to say, hey, Dan,
No,
would you change?
Yep.
Oh, thank God. Because I've only got this little thing in my head right now.
Ooh.
What about if he flies up into the sky and says, Father? It comes down and he breaks his arm, and then it turns out that his parents were bad at bull riding as well. Yeah, they were cowboys, but this crashing, falling off bulls and breaking your arms is in your
only
blood.
get that belt buckle if you fall off 20 times in a row.
Yeah, that clip of the rodeo was the one time he fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
And it was like a drug docile like bull or something. I
mean, I think that'd be a funny beat a la Simpsons, but what I really want to see is him coming to sort of balance his four parents, his Icelandic and black parents, and sort of come to terms with why they may have abandoned you or not, or how much of an influence his current parents, his lifelong parents, maybe that's, I don't know why that stands out to me more, but like he really latches onto these people who gave him up very quickly and decides that's his whole identity and writes off a whole lifetime of love and support.
Yeah, whereas it could be he goes back to being himself, but he wears the belt buckle more often.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And he doesn't matter. He's getting razzed about it because
because that's the thing. It comes out of the closet, that we've never seen
cowboys
before.
Yeah.
And then instantly going out to be a cowboy, ride a bull, and that is not coming to terms with your cultural identity.
You take
That's
your
swinging
identity,
too far,
you integrate it into yourself rather than become it.
Yes.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I fucking love the design on that belt buckle. The fucking cowboy hands-free biting the
nose of the cow. It's ridiculous, but it's fantastic.
Absolutely love it. If I was a belt buckle guy, I'd try and find one of those.
Yep. Well, if someone wants to buy Elliot a parting gift, get in touch.
Sign up to patreon.com/sidequeststudios.
And enter at the belt buckle level.
Yeah.
Enter code belt buckle
for 0% off.
Look, as for what I'd change, I feel like if you're going to do this sort of episode, I think you do actually kind of need to do it from the outset. This isn't one where you do a first act fuck you because this is what a Simpsons does.
Yes.
Because this isn't a typical Simpsons episode. You are, this is kind of a very special episode in a lot of ways.
We didn't need any of that. It should have started flashback to mysterious figures leaving a baby. And you can't tell they're cowboys yet because we haven't learned that yet. But, you shadow the baby, the belt buckle. You can have all of that and then
flash forward to the
scoot
bar.
forward to the bar where he's passed out over his beer crying or something. And he wakes up and he's like, who are these people? I'm on a quest. I'm
Yeah.
Like you just start it from them being at the bar and being like, guys, we're not even in bowling fit yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I think we're here. It's time for our final notes one last time.
And now it's time.
Yes,
it's
now
time.
it's time.
Now
For
it's
the
time.
final notes.
For the final notes.
For the final notes.
For the final notes.
For this indefinite hiatus.
Definite hiatus.
Probably forever.
He still thinks that.
Come back next week and just say, all right, guys, I've made an ass of myself by saying goodbye so many times throughout that podcast. So
You ever
Some
say
soul
goodbye to
search.
all your podcast audience and then keep walking the same direction as them?
You ever had 2 beers and it feels like you've had 4 beers?
yeah, look, we'll
Deep
come back
cut for
if
y'all.
like 100 of you sign up to the Patreon tomorrow. That's the fucking. It's on you guys now.
But if 200 of you sign up, we are gone.
And if 300,
That's too many.
Back,
We're back
in.
again.
We're only going on the odd hundreds. Yeah. Danny, any other parts of the episode you want to mention before we move on to the rankings?
Not just yet. I'm going to save them for those
Sneak attacks.
sneak attacks.
BT.
Yep. Even though I feel like you could cut it, that bit where Homer's, Marge is explaining to Homer, well, a meal train is where various people organize to cook for someone who can't take care of themselves. And Homer's like, I see. Fake an injury and get some people to give me free food, hey?
Yeah, I liked that line.
Yeah. Look, standout line, laugh of the room was they, because Carl's been busy talking to this woman, he hasn't been bowling, so they lose to the weaklings, and it's Mahana Bowman who just goes, good game, bitches, with just enough
Fantastic
lag.
pause,
The
fantastic timing.
exact right amount. It was so good.
And yeah, the Weaklings team was like made up of him, old Jewish man, and Wendell. And,
Wendell,
I
yes.
forgot the other person, but it was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, Moses has a sign that says no outside food, no self-reflection.
Yep.
Yep, it was pretty funny. again, I like the trend of what his friends trying to help him, where Lenny's going to sell all his suspenders.
Yeah, his vintage suspenders, yeah.
That we got a chuckle. And calling the belt buckle a blue ribbon belly badge. Liked it.
There we go. I like as Naima is giving him the tour through the restaurant and explaining the story. Is like, it just started out as a humble gumbo stamp and stand, and they give out free samples right into their hands. Which, yeah, if you've had Yarland's gumbo before, oh boy,
you don't want to.
Not the way to take it. Oh my god!
I mean, if that's the only way, I guess you're gonna have to. But
Homer saying to Carl, we're all friends here. We pee in the same trough. We've melted so much ice.
So much ice.
But yeah, anyway, that is all my notes. It is time to rank this thing.
Wow.
All right, and Danny, please kick it off. Oh, you don't have to. I'm chambered.
Yeah,
you're chambered. Fuck.
Oh, go with you then. I'll go with you.
With you. Hey.
I think I'm going to say bronze. First off, because the first couple of episodes gave me a bit of perspective about what good and bad really is.
For real.
Like that first episode felt like broken as a piece of writing.
Yep.
And that was in pieces, and I could see duct tape sticking out and cracks in the walls.
It really got better formed as we went along, didn't it? Kind of like in the old days of the Index of doing new teams.
The decades apart.
Classic,
yeah.
Classic, yeah.
Middle episode, still a bad episode, but for a different reason, It didn't feel broken. It just felt half-formed. And this one, I liked the idea of exploring Carl and finding out about his orphanage. And you know what? Even meeting the one black girl in town and being like, wow, she must be the one for me. I'm black. She's black. We have so much in common.
I feel like she
except
at least
they
was...
don't.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I feel like she was a pretty fleshed out character, though.
Yeah,
I don't feel like she was
very
tokenistic.
Human.
Yeah.
I think his struggle of who am I? What's my which culture am I attached to? Or do I have to be a black person? Do I have to be Icelandic? And that's it's super interesting questions to be pulled.
Questions of identity are always pretty interesting. So even if you haven't gone through like a cultural or race identity problem, you've still gone through who am I in this big crazy world?
Yeah. I think maybe The Simpsons is the wrong medium for that because they felt pressured to be funny and have the pacing and have like twists and turns and whatnot that like. I don't know. I feel it would have been a really interesting thing to explore at a slightly slower pace, and like maybe just spend time. You're nervous to go into the barber. You talk to the hair guy, and like it doesn't have to be a whole thing. In just trying to lean into. You know how Simpsons always does a list of what beats do I have to hit now that I'm in Black Guy Town. I have to cross off all my Black Guy things. When I go to Australia, you've got to cross off the 5 Australia things that we know about. There was a little bit of that. I don't want to call it tokenism because it's written by someone who isn't an old cranky boomer like the last 2 episodes clearly were written by.
But I mean, we do also say we don't know how much was passed through the writing room.
Sure.
Like they do a classic Simpsons montage walking with all the signs going past.
Yeah.
And was that all in the script that she wrote, or was it passed around the writer's room? We don't know.
I guess I don't want to be assumptive about them either. But it feels like a more ambitious project to take on.
Well, yeah, I mean, like you were saying, it's not what you expect from a normal Simpsons episode, and is Simpsons the medium to explore this?
Yeah.
But I don't feel like they did an offensive job of it in the slightest. Yeah, having said that, it wasn't that joke-filled, but the story was pretty good, but could use a couple more rewrites, I'm sorry.
Yeah, could use punch up. But when they have done this but offensive, like with other races and other episodes, they have done this but in offensive way. It's nice to see that they take a swing at it and don't shoot themselves in the foot and crash straight away.
Yeah. And I mean, all that to say, I agree with you. I'm going a bronze as well, and this is like... It's kind of slight. It's missing.
It's understated
a
bit.
Yeah, and if you're going to go this special episode vibe, I don't think it leaned into that hard enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most, it was fine. It was okay.
It's
BT.
almost like proof of concept, like proof that we can do a tasteful episode.
Yeah, 100%.
Now go out and do it later, guys.
I'm echoing the same points. Bronze. Look, I enjoy exploring a B character.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the ideas are there, but the ending is a bit weak for me. And ultimately, this is a comedy. Make with the laugh.
Yeah. That's end of the day, isn't it?
Isn't it indeed?
All right. So this is the last episode for season 34 that we are reviewing. And season 34 is going to remain a shiny participant. It'll be our 18th best season, this one.
All
Quite a
right.
jump up from season 35, just below season 22. And yeah, 33 and 34 have some of the better episodes of this era. And yeah, just to quickly point to some of the better ones of season 34, we gave a shiny silver to the Treehouse of Horror. That's where they got the Death Note parody in that.
Oh, yeah.
We really enjoyed that. When Nelson met Lisa, we referred to that episode earlier tonight. And what else? Not It, where they do a full-length It parody. That was okay.
Ooh, I saw the thumbnail, but I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
All right, guys. Well, look, I mean, that's it for the review portion of the Simpsons Index. So now is the fucking big old sentimental fucking bullshit moments and talking about why we're doing this and why we're bailing. Just to quickly go over the main reasons why we're ending this that, we might not have covered over the course of the podcast. I know I've dropped in a couple here and there, but...
Some people probably still think we're joking.
Yeah, no, this is serious. This will be the last one for at least a long time. Simply put, we have other shit we want to do.
That's it. You're not saying that we aren't going to be releasing content.
Oh, no, look, Starring Springfield will continue at least until next year when, the paid feed and the free feed will, catch up to each other. And then I think we'll reevaluate and see if that's something we want to keep doing. But, yeah, at least for now, the Patreon page, SideQuest Studios, patreon.com, all that, and Starring Springfield will both continue. But The Simpsons Index, just as a show, has gotten really hard for me to put together in terms of especially getting a different guest on every week to have a bummer of a time talking about an episode that can be generally shiny bronze at best.
Yeah.
And especially, with this final run, you might have seen, we got a whole bunch of new guests. These were a lot of bucket list guests for me.
Yep, which has been great, but
you're right. You are asking them to come in and be miserable for a bit.
I mean, that's it. We have these conversations where, for half an hour, we're just generally annoyed, and then I always notice it. Once we start talking about the fucking sandwiches, everyone starts having a good time, and we get along and everything. And I'm like, fuck, can I just have a sandwich podcast? This is awesome. And I feel bad as well for, my friends who appear as guests on this podcast. And I feel like I've been a bad friend to some of them, especially when, I'll open up the text thing and it's oh, fuck, the last time I messaged this person was the last time I asked them on the show. And... just for those reasons as well, it becomes a hard show to put together when you got a rotating guest thing.
Yeah, imagine participant episodes as being like a salad, and you don't make friends with salad.
No. Even if you got the whole shaker thing and shaking it up and everything. But also, look, the current version of this podcast isn't working. When we caught up and did all the classic era episodes and just started doing, 1 or 2 new episodes per podcast, our downloads plummeted.
I think part of the interest of this was contrasting the decades,
Yeah, that was our mission statement,
once
and
we're
we
all
achieved
in the
that.
same decade, it doesn't have the same difference episode to episode.
Yeah, and it is in this weird situation now where I'm okay, because I feel like we've grown and we've become better podcasters and everything, but despite our skill level increasing and our access to better guests increasing, that hasn't been moving the needle for us. And I can say, the problem is, we're only reviewing new episodes. Do we go back and do old ones? And I'm no, we've had our stamp on it. And that era of the show, reviewing 3 at a time, now that we've gotten better at podcasting and talking and reviewing,
we don't have anything good to talk about anymore.
Well, unless we go and re-review old episodes, and I don't want to do that. And
it's been done by us.
Yeah, and it is something that you will notice anyone who has a Simpsons podcast that's going through it chronologically, and I speak to a couple of them.
Yeah.
We have a group chat. They all say the same things. The episodes they're reviewing, season 15 and afterwards, do not perform nearly as well as even their old 10-year-old podcasts reviewing the classic ones. So it's either you start re-reviewing classic episodes again, or you fucking move on.
Are you saying reboot? No, he's not.
Well, I know that there's a podcast with a couple hundred episodes we could review.
You're suggesting the Simpsons Index?
We've joked about it from the beginning.
Well, I think it's a really insightful insight into the insights of our insights.
Yeah. Well, and it's the funny revelation that I had in the, so people aren't listening as much because we're reviewing new episodes. Yeah. We're not reviewing the classic ones. And we've moved past that era of the podcast where we were. And maybe I'm thinking, it's not just The Simpsons. Maybe The Simpsons Index isn't as good as it used to be. We're not as good as we were in our golden era.
Getting repetitive. We're repeating our points and our ideas and our complaints.
Have you noticed the music's really dropped off in this episode?
No, and I'm becoming a lazier editor. Like, honestly, I used to put so much effort into meticulously editing every second of it and dropping in little audio jokes and everything.
Yeah.
And
now we come in and he's written full scripts and just tells us to read off those. Pause for laughter.
Our awkward performing during that last review was immaculate, by the way.
Yeah, we're professionals.
And I don't want to and I want to show appreciation to our amazing guests as well, because especially everyone who's made the time to be a part of this show is just I wish for their sake it still worked for us, but I like I said, our downloads suck, and we're plateauing as podcasters as well. We're repeating the same shit. I'm repeating the same shit right now. I think
this is one of those speeches that ends up with him firing us, isn't it?
I kind of am.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm firing everybody. I'm quitting as well.
Yes.
Last one out, hit the lights.
But also, we want to have more time to move on and create other stuff. We've still had WCW Working Class Wizards sitting in the editing bay for
ages.
For
15
years now.
Yeah.
God, that just takes so long to edit.
It does. And the thing is, the podcast takes so long to edit, just each of these episodes, especially the double-edged sword, the fucking yin and yang, being able to get a better guest often means remote recording, which means a lot of time in the editing room to make it look like it wasn't a fucking clunky COVID-era conversation. There's a lot of comedy K's in that one.
Hey.
And we've just got other projects in mind, and we just want to have more time for our lives and free shit as well. And especially, coming in here to have a depressing conversation of the state of The Simpsons, a show that's not...
And then spending 20 hours editing it, man, you must be such a...
Guys, get this. The idea of hanging out as friends, not as podcasters.
Man.
Without having to record a conversation. But look, will we be back? Maybe.
Kind of saying roughly if they announce an end.
Yeah.
Who knows, though. Maybe by the time they announce the ending in season 45, we'll be somewhere else. Other people in other places. Could be...
They talk a big game, but we miss the limelights. We'll be back.
Give us those limes.
But, I mean, that's why I'm not calling it the end of the podcast, because, Matt Groening has come out recently and said that if one of the main cast members dies, that's it. Show's done. So, look, if
but
Julie...
How much control does he have?
Right.
Well, and I mean, who knows if he was just saying that to...
How many more cast members have to die, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. They're on their 5th Hank Azaria by now. And, like I said, when the second Simpsons movie comes out, I'll reach out to Alexi and David and see if they want to just do it.
We're going to ride again.
Yeah.
And so we are leaving the door open to return, but for a weekly podcast anymore, we can't do it. It's we've made our stamp on the show. And, quite frankly, I want to demonstrate to The Simpsons, here's how you exit the stage when it's done.
It took us 31 seasons, but it's over, Bart. It's done.
And just to get into some other sentimental stuff, another podcast great, our peer, Mark Maron, also ending his long-running show this year. On
Copycat, he's copying us.
So I'm going to quote 2 things from people who, also ending their shows this year. But first of all, Mark Maron, he said something in his second last episode, which was, just him talking solo. And it said something that really stuck with me. He just goes, look, after all of it, I just hope I made a few of you a lot less lonely. And I really feel that.
Yeah.
Especially sort of getting older, and sometimes it is hard to wrangle your friends, let alone for podcasts, let alone just for real life. That podcasts do hold the special place to and much like any art, music, movies, TV, whatever, just to kind of fill this lonely void. And the power of conversation in podcasting is not a medium, especially as a kid, I thought I'd ever get behind, you know, listening to Dad's fucking John Law's talkback radio. Who would ever just listen to people talking? Turns out.
Everybody. You want to hear something really embarrassing, guys?
Yeah.
My favorite thing to do with the Simpsons Index is have it sort of playing while I'm falling asleep or like not paying attention to it, because it's really nice having my friends having their conversation, chattering away, and I don't have this like I don't have to join in. It's okay if I'm sort of like paying attention and not paying attention, and I'll think of a funny joke and I can't actually say it to them because they're pre-recorded, but it's really nice just sort of having friends and interesting, funny people chattering away around me, but without the pressure of me being funny and charming and like involved in it. It's been a really comforting thing when I've been stressed out or lonely and isolated. And I think the whole planet is pretty stressed out and lonely and isolated now and then.
Well, yeah, and it's funny that, you know, our fans sometimes have a better idea of what our current lives are up to right now, more so than a lot of my family. Like, it's quite a weird sensation. Like, and like, some people like think that they've accidentally said something offensive when they go, "Oh my God, I listen to your show as I'm falling asleep all the time." Oh, whoops, you probably don't want to hear that. I'm like, no, dude, download's a download. But again,
they're enjoying it on whatever terms they want to enjoy it.
Oh, for real. Relaxing you to sleep is different to boring you to sleep. And even if we're boring, I'm okay with that, you know?
Yeah, I don't think Bob Ross would care that, you know, I watch his videos to fall asleep and I've never, you know, watched his video by doing any paintings.
You never painted a happy little tree?
But his happy little voice is absolutely a soothing.
I'm in Naughty Land by the time he started doing the mountains, let alone by the time he gets up to the happy little trees, you know. But yeah, also to shout out another legend who's ended their podcast this year, Paul Salt from One Good Thing. Him and Paul Goodman ended their run earlier this year.
400 episodes. Beautiful.
Yeah, and especially as someone who came up around the same time as us, like it was so great to get him on the penultimate episode as well. That we recorded this morning. But yeah, one thing that he said that really stuck with me is that, because the conceit of One Good Thing is they review bad movies and, you know, try to at least find one good thing. But the problem with that is, and it's the problem we face here on the Simpsons Index, is that by reviewing bad to mediocre content, you're kind of shining a spotlight on things that don't deserve it and kind of getting mad and using a lot of negative energy to
You're putting yourself into that situation where you're stuck like in a negative space.
Yes.
It can't be healthy for you.
No, but the other thing is, he mentioned that because the final episode they reviewed was actually a re-review of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
With the director's cut,
Director's cut,
Classic.
And he's like, so it's not even just reviewing bad things and getting emotional about it. It's also reviewing bad things that have already had enough of the spotlight focused on them. And are famous because they're bad.
Let them die.
Yeah, and such is the case with The Simpsons, is that I don't think they deserve the spotlight anymore. And one of the things that I keep feeling watching this show is, fuck, how many like good original shows might be passed over so that fucking Simpsons
that this bloated corpse can continue marching endlessly towards
renewed up to season 40, filled with tired voices that occasionally get in new interesting voices.
That's not just your energy getting put to our energy getting put towards it. That is thousands of writers, actors, directors, producers, dollars. The whole energy of this huge segment of America that could be focused on creativity instead of mindlessly satiating the capitalist ideal. I don't know. Fuck, whatever.
Oh, but like you think of a show like Gravity Falls, only 2 seasons, and Owl House, and
they were incendiary when they came out.
And it's just how much time gets passed dedicated to this fucking thing that's barely on life support at this stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also 100% completion with Simpsons these days is, what the fuck is it even?
Yeah, we've talked about, do we do the Disney shorts, the Disney exclusive episodes?
Yeah, because season 36, when I was deciding if we do it or not, like they have like 3 episodes that aren't part of the season but are in Disney
Extended
Plus.
Universe.
Yeah, they don't have episode numbers, but they're like Disney Plus exclusives. And then whatever that fucking 4-hour procedurally generated football game piece of shit was.
Oh, man, I know. It is really them nudging their way towards having AI create the whole episodes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
As long as we can just let AI watch all the episodes for us as well, then it'll be sort of circular, and Simpsons can be cut out of the universe by extension. You just sort of plug one end of the tail into the mouth.
Well, and also that it's got this fucking Mickey Mouse sticker on it now. Yeah, the 30s have been better since they've moved over to Disney, but I'll tell you what, they're a lot less critical of the Disney Corporation
There's
now.
a lot of cross-promotion going on.
They used to be okay with like flipping off Fox, right?
Oh, all the time. Because they knew they were keeping them afloat.
Yeah, like Simpsons is the reason that fucking Fox News exists. It's a fucking crazy timeline of shit like that.
You know how Bill was really shitting on comedians taking money and going to Saudi Arabia until he was like, wow, look at the size of this paycheck though.
No, Bill Burr, yeah.
I nearly said Bill Maher, but I think that's the other one.
Yeah, I think he didn't get invited, so now he's like, oh, well, they fucking don't have any morals. And it's like, fuck you, Bill Maher, you contrarian piece of shit.
Yeah. But it's that same vibe, you know? It's easy to throw stones until suddenly...
Fun, too.
Yeah. Sorry, anything to add to that?
Yeah, so we've been asking our return guests, and as an early return guest... we were kind of already on this, but I'm just kind of wondering. So way back in the day, we asked you if you could have a sandwich named after you. Don't worry, Elliot, I've already got it here.
Thank you.
If you could have a sandwich named after you, what would be on that sandwich? We're just asking, have your tastes changed? Have you matured? Have you got new opinions on things? So if you don't remember, as it was probably a while ago,
talk to me.
You had the Dan Burger. Basically a burger with a lot, except absolutely no pineapple.
Oh,
would you...
Does sound like me.
Would you? I mean, that does, but would you still order that sandwich today?
I don't think I would today.
What would you get instead?
What's a Danny Rosewell sandwich these days?
You know what I've really come to appreciate is like salamis and pepperonis. You chuck them on the fry pan for like 2 seconds and they go crunk and turn into crispity crankety just instant.
No oil required. Those bastards are filled with
Oh,
it.
yeah. That brings out the natural oils and salt.
Yeah. I have to put them onto paper and let the paper just die
before
I sandwich them. But, oh my God, man. I'm getting into crispity meats at the moment.
Nice.
And that's the sort of thing now I just chuck into my air fryer and walk away. And, before I know
it, air fryer recipes. I wish there was a daytime TV show I could watch about that.
I think that goes pretty well with... I've been going through mustard flavors as well. I have whole grain on one side and like hot English on the other side.
Like all the mustard?
All the mustard in the house.
Yeah.
It's a great combo, man. Yeah. Strong mustards and strong meats.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But they have different kind of strength. Like mustard got more of the acid vibe. And
I wouldn't mind some pickles in there as well to kind of balance the two worlds. And we probably need something crunchy. Instantly, people think lettuce, but I've learned that thinly sliced cucumber has the crunch and the water factor, but it doesn't like soggy your bread as much.
Yeah, it holds its water. It's basically water solidified that's not ice. It's the humble cucumber. Yeah.
So I've got pickles, I've got cucumber, I've got flash fried salamis, maybe pepperonis if you're feeling that way inclined. And I used to like a really like white squishy bread, but now I've gotten into stuff that's got crispy crunch on the outside to kind of go with maybe like a rye or one of those like really dark breads,
Pumpernickel maybe?
Ooh, yes. Fantastic. Hey, are there been any winner sandwiches you can throw out from the crowds?
I mean,
it's really hard flying blind here. I have no point of comparison. This could be the worst sandwich on your list.
No, that's a great one. The one that stumped me lately was we had 2 guests, 2 different episodes, both from Canada. Neither of them know each other, but they both said peanut butter and pickles.
Fuck off.
On a sandwich.
Fuck off.
The only difference was one of them wanted hot sauce.
Get back to Canada. What the? Hot sauce and peanut butter and pickles?
Yeah.
Come on!
To be fair, when Swaim said his sandwich was just a hot dog with peanut butter, I remember all 3 of us recoiled.
Yes.
But then like a week later, I had the makings of it and like, fuck it.
Go for it.
And it was kind of good.
You make me sick. Not you, Swaim. You are a saint sent to earth. Dear God, Elliot, you should know better.
I should know better. Peanut butter.
I can't believe he doesn't know better.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah. Do you ever think that maybe they're trolling you? Do you have to eat them once they've been recommended?
No, to be fair, I don't think people have like not known what to say and thrown out a joke.
Yes.
I don't think anyone's been trolling us because you talk to them and they are like, I think, what was it? The first one was Tempest. And he's like, people mock me for this. I know they do. But every time this comes up, and he's the guy who does his podcast with him was like, yeah, he's chambered for this one. He knows.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He even had that look. He's like, I know what he's going to say.
Wow.
And then, so Tempest lays it out and goes, yeah, peanut butter, pickles, white bread, beautiful. And I'm like, are you pregnant? And he goes, everyone says that every single time. And I'm like, can you blame me? That is the most pregnant sounding sandwich I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think anyone's ever been trolled. They've been joke ones for sure, but trolling ones? No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, well, Tom Norton just ordered, the sandwich with drugs on it.
Yeah.
Oh, good on him.
A lot of Reubens,
Yeah,
man, Reuben's the best. Well, yes, Reuben is the best.
Reuben is good, yeah.
It's got to be a good Reuben. Have either of you guys been to Katz's in New York?
Oh yeah, we've been. I've had what she's having. We did.
Like, ever since I've been there, I don't even consider what we sell in Australia as
like, you can get a good Reuben here. It pales still.
Yeah, is that pastrami? Is that the meat? Because
no,
what we call
brisket.
Brisket. It's corned beef. Or
Melt
pastrami.
in your mouth brisket.
But it's pretty sure. But
no,
the way
Reuben's not brisket.
The way they pastrami is very different to the way that Woolies pastrami is over here. You know?
Oh yeah.
No, there's just like people mostly for the see it as a personality test is just like who.
Whoa, slow down! I'm seeing peanut butter, cheese, baked beans, and potato crisps on a jaffle. Fucking hell!
Jimmy Mac, we said that we did this exact same thing. Would you still order that sandwich? He's going, I said that. Like, fuck you, man. He was trolling.
Malloy.
It's corned.
Sandwich
It is
with
corned,
fake meat.
It is corned beef.
It is corned beef.
Thought so.
Swiss cheese, sauerkraut.
But the way they
My
do it,
apologies.
man, it's
man.
It is like a brisket.
Thick and juicy and delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we could literally talk sandwiches for ages.
Oh my God.
I like Drew
The
Bensley's.
Dreuben.
The Dreuben, a very big Reuben. Because like he said Reuben, and I'm like, you've got to make it different. We've got a couple of Reubens on there already.
Reuben's already on the menu.
Like, because even
big.
James O'Connor said Reuben, but with chips in the sandwich. And then when I asked you the question, you said exactly that.
Yep.
So you had to change it to the BTC.
Yeah, and look, I'm wondering, we've not gone back to our own.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's the time.
Question.
So Elliot J. O'Neill. The original Elliot J. O'Neill was salami and pastrami stacked high on rye with Gouda cheese, carrot, red onion, Kewpie, garlic, aioli, and seaweed mustard.
Seaweed?
Seeded. My apologies.
A little crowded, I think, Elliot. But
I
this,
like
this,
a
this is his
good-looking
call.
sandwich, yeah.
He likes to stack them up Scooby-Doo style.
Not to say there's anything wrong with that.
Like, if you remember that episode of Seinfeld where George Costanza's eating that like pastrami sandwiches.
George who, sorry?
Costanza.
Can't stand you.
George Clank.
God, right.
Yeah, I'm going to say the only adjustment I'd make is Shag's little idea of doing a bit of a flash fry on those meats before stacking them high on right. But yeah.
I'm just looking at your ingredient menu here, and I think it says carrot, but what it should mean is less carrot than Elliot would put on a sandwich.
Elliot's putting on a half a carrot. Like there was the thing with I realized how much carrot I get on my Subway sandwich when they didn't have carrot. I decided to grate some on my own at home and realized I used almost a whole
Realized
carrot.
I have a problem. Now, Elliot,
I'm turning orange. It's not just the jaundice anymore.
You know that the first ingredient is supposed to be the one you have the most of. So carrot needs to be further up your list.
Yeah.
Yep. Not that he realized.
You don't realize how high I'm stacking that salami and pastrami.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can only hope. Beach, what do you got, man?
He's rocking the BTC, the bacon, tomato, cheese, and mushroom melt.
And mushroom.
Yeah, look, I edited this slightly because of the desire to fit my initials. Get rid of that tomato. You don't need it. Bacon, negotiable. Any kind of ham is good. I'll say, but chop and change. First of all, I've started buttering both sides and then like frying that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've switched from jaffle machine to fry pan. You get such a better sear on it.
But my thing at the moment is either with ham, mushroom, or or just one or the other, or maybe both. But then, okay, so butter both sides. You get them on the fry. Put the cheese on both sides as well. Then in the middle, you get either some like cooked mushroom. Melt that together, melted cheese with a little salt and pepper, beautiful. You can throw just ham in there. Also, same effect, like the melty cheese around the crispiness but soft inside of the bread. Delicious.
Really, it's cheese toasty, plus trimmings.
Pretty much, but
it's pretty much the same thing, except you've leveled it up and you know gotten rid of the tomato.
Exactly,
you
like
smart man.
just purifying, keeping it.
Can I make a suggestion?
Keeping it primal, yeah.
Not that I know for sure, but I've recently switched from, you know how you butter the outside of your fry?
Yeah.
I've switched that to mayonnaising the outside.
I've heard of this.
Mayonnaising the outside.
Huge level up in like
Because,
crispy flavor crisp.
I was going to say butter the outside, but then mayonnaise the inside, and then put the cheese on top so it seals. When you get a bite, that mayonnaise spills out.
That is good, but the hot mayonnaise then is a risk. But mayonnaise on the outside, like it crisps your bread and keeps that flavor. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. It's my little level up moment. Happened recently.
I think I need to try. Like I've heard this with the grilled cheese that
if you're
using
doing
mayonnaise,
like a fry pan grill, it works great.
Sorry, I just also saw the Madison ham sandwich with thick cut ham instead of bread.
Thick cut ham instead of bread.
The wad.
Woo!
Look, I guess this segues nicely into thanking of the guests, but first of all, I feel like something that a lot of podcasts say at the beginning of every podcast, but like I haven't chosen to do this, but I want it on the record now that the Simpsons Index was recorded mostly on the lands of the Wallumedegal clan, the Bidjigal clan, the Garangai people, the Gundungurra and Darug people, and the Gadigal and Wongal people of the Eora Nation.
Hey, not bad, man. Well done.
And I hope I got
loosey-goosey on some of those, but most were pretty good.
I hope the pronunciations were right, but basically what we know now as West Ryde, Castle Hill, Katoomba, and Marrickville. Sovereignty was never ceded, and we need to do better by our First Nations people, the traditional and true custodians of this land. And the thing that I discovered as well, sort of compiling some info for this show is, you know, because I did actually want to shout out and thank each and every one of our guests. It's going to have to be a bit of a speed run because, we're over time and you guys have to go. But
I ain't got to go anyway.
Oh, good. Well, stay here and listen to me thank people. But, and yeah, of course, if you want to shout out any of these people, thank them, like, absolutely.
Yep.
But in compiling this list, I found out we had exactly 101 guests on this podcast.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah.
You could make a fur coat out of that many Dalmatians.
All right. So, just in alphabetical order.
Oh, God.
I've got
He's doing it. Guys, buckle up.
Okay.
Hold on to your butts.
I got a side group of people that I'm going to send special thanks to afterwards, but, you know, there's a lot of people to thank here.
Yep.
But, so, anyway, our guests, they were Abby Gallagher, Abe Epperson, guest number 101. Adam Scholes from Springfield Googleplex, great movie podcast, go check it out. Alex White from Community Notice Board, awesome Australian podcast. Alexi Toliopoulos, thank you so much for reviewing the movie with us, you movie expert, you. Amanda Yao, Amelia Navasquez, Andrew Hastings, and Harid Yao. B. Barbo Skirla, Brendan Dando from Four Finger Discount.
Hey.
I'm sad our AEW podcast went away, man. I hope we can revive that someday, but he's a busy man. He's doing a lot of podcasting. Brian Sear from the Launching the Pilot podcast. Catherine McDonald, Chelsea Lanzarin. Go check out Tattoos by Chels.
Fantastic.
Christian Raw. Thank you for drumming in my recital all those years ago and for joining us for the Index one time. Also, one-time appearance by Sins D. Thank you for singing in my recital.
Classic.
Claire Sullivan, Craig Walker, Dan from Firestarters, Daniel Pollock, Dave Todd, David Cooper. Go check out his art. He's awesome. He has this comic book series, the Legend of the Mole Man. You'd love it, Shag.
Dude.
He does a new panel every single day, and he's been doing it for like 2 years now.
Jesus.
Telling the backstory of Hans Mole. Oh, God, only up to the D's. Dennis, the Wildcard Perkins. Guest 100. Yes. What an appropriate guest for the Triple J. And he was such a lovely man.
Guy.
Dreaded GM, Drew Bensley, also from Community Notice Board. Sorry?
No, sorry. That's for off-mic conversation. We were just talking about how we never had anyone from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Oh, was that who you were thinking of?
Yeah, must have
I had
been.
a Simpsons critic, not a Simpsons.
Yeah. Big difference.
Yeah, no, and again, thank you, Dennis Perkins. You absolute sport, and lovely man. Where did I get up to? Eddie Price, Entertain the Elk, absolute YouTube legend. Greg Larson, one of my favorite Australian comedians, so humbled he joined us. Guy Davis, also from Four Finger Discount. Harrison Engstrom, Henry from Firestarters, Jacinta Gregory, Jackson Bailey from Sans Pants. Thank you so much, legend. Jark B, Jamie Kirk, also community notice board. J-Ban from Cinemarcade, another wonderful podcast. Jimmy Mack, the maker of that horrible sandwich that he doesn't remember. Joel Dusher, also from Sans Pants, wonderful guest.
Shout out.
Josh Earl, Australian podcasting legend. Go check out Don't You Know Who I Am and Four Burners. JTE, Katie Reagan, Lauren Bock, Liz Stowe, Lydia Poltonay, a.k.a. The Simpsons Theory.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
She reached out to us
Before she was hot.
before her stock blew up and she was like getting million views minimum on her YouTube videos. Fucking, that was very great for our downloads because we released that episode as she was blowing up before she reached out to us. That is still a wild thing to think about.
Yep.
Anyway, Maddie Dockrell, Madison, Mara Blackledge, Marty Bright, Mia Marchant / Mia Moore. Go check her out. She's making some amazing movies. Michael Pictionary, Michael Swaim.
Michael Swaim.
Smallbean.
Again,
Still one of my biggest heroes.
Oh, yeah.
that first episode that we got him on,
Amazing.
that was such
Still
a
can't
moment.
believe.
Man, I mean, I'm sure you're a human being, but I get such just like celebrity anxiety even just hearing he's real out there.
I remember hanging out that call and all of us just went,
Well, yeah, I mean, he wasn't our first American guest, but probably first among the big names, and it wasn't COVID time, so we didn't have our shit sorted out with doing online calls and recording them at the same time.
In case you didn't catch that, Michael, we are calling you one of the big names.
Really glad I could get him as our third last podcast because he's so important to our growth and everything, and can't say enough good things about Mike. And his support over the years has just been
good.
He's the best. MJ, Murphy McLaughlin, Murph's Tavern. You still want to get your Simpsons fix? He's covering classic episodes. He's a legend.
Did some great episodes on his podcast as well.
Yeah, honestly, some of my favorite podcasting memories
Covering
reviewing those
the
Simpsons albums. Yeah, so much fun.
So good.
Oh, man, I used to have the Yellow album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I was a little kid. It's so
that
bad.
was such a bad album.
So bad.
Yeah, but Murph's Tavern, check out reviews on that. Fantastic stuff.
Fantastic.
Nate Storing, also from Springfield Googleplex. Nell Held, Nicole Clare, Oscar Morphew. Long time no, buddy. I love you. Paul Goodman and Paul Salt from One Good Thing as well.
OGT.
We're all going out in style in the year 2025. Pete Quinnell, legend from the formerly Wrestle Talk podcast. Go check out Pete Repeat channel. Peter Zaluzny.
Zaluzny was on here.
Yeah, a couple of times. We really tried hard to get him and a few others that I'll mention later. But yeah, unfortunately, timing
scheduling
and putting the pressure on these are the last episodes, I need to do them now. Made it really hard to get guests, hence the 3 episodes today. Ray Johnston, Rosie Delaney, Roxy Stryer, Ryan Duncan, our beautiful boy who's absolutely kicking goals in California right now. Love you, buddy.
Yeah.
Sarah Keep, Shayna King, Sheridan Morley, and Simon Hamilton, who we really wanted to get with Zaluzny on. And again, Sheridan is in the bridal party for her wedding earlier this year. And one of my best friends in the world. Absolutely love you, Shez. Steve Guntley from Ultra 64 / now Cinemarcade. Again, another international guest that's been really helpful to our growth and success before, we stopped reviewing classic episodes and stopped being successful. Anyway, Tegan Jones, Tegan Kinder, Tempest, again from Wrestle Talk, now making amazing videos. Just did a great video on Tony Storm, the Australian wrestler who's taken on this 1930s Greta Garbo. She's the one in my AEW chair that's in black and white there. Ooh. And she has the power when she's on screen and doing promos to make the cameras go black and white. She's the best. Anyway, Tempest is the best.
Power.
The real Jims.
Yes.
The owner of our most downloaded episodes. People love this guy and we love him too. Again, just as far as reaching out to bucket list guest stars and then him being just so warm and welcome and then just being one of my continued friends and people I talk with outside of podcast. He's just the sweetest man and just, absolutely love you, Jims. Tom Burt, Tom Norton, Tommy Dasilo, again, one of my podcasting favorites that I'm so glad we got in for this final run. Warren Evans, go check out Simpsons is Greater Than, another great Simpsons podcast. Woody Siskowski, also Ultra 64, and Zeit Poltergeist.
That is Zed? Oh.
We did. Technically a screen handle, less of a name.
Still,
I don't think that's
counts.
A Christian name.
Counts.
But extra special thank yous. Hold on, sip of water. Go out to Jack Picone and Dan Mulhall of the Worst Episode Ever podcast.
Good old we.
Yeah, look, I approached them to be a guest on their show when we were only in like half a year into our run. And again, they opened the doors. They've been so kind to and that initial appearance gave us such a significant bump. And even though their podcast is effectively also on indefinite hiatus now, they've been really good about supporting us and sort of going, hey, well, our fans, you might miss us, but hey, here's this Simpsons guy. And, I hope I can do the same with all the other Simpsons shows I'm mentioning. But yeah, Jack and Dan, thank you so much. Part of the inspiration for me to do this. And yeah, you guys are legends. Captain Nick and James O'Connor.
Of course.
Pods in the Key of Springfield.
Like and subscribe.
I remember when I opened up the podcast app and I'm like, oh, fuck, another Simpsons podcast on the scene, and just being like, oh my God, these guys are really funny. I want to be their friends.
Yeah, and then we hung out with them, and it's like hanging out with people I'm already friends with.
Again, we say, when we meet our guests, a lot of that awkward small talk, a lot of that work is done because we just go straight to Simpsons and we know we've got a common ground here. But those two, it's so much more than that. And it's just that bit in Step Brother, are we best friends now?
Yup.
And yeah, just such wonderful supports and absolutely just they've just been great friends outside of being wonderful contributors to this show. And yeah, similarly throwing out to the former Shut Up and Take My Podcast and now Roll to Cast ? Christopher Bond, Ellen Graham, Phil Harker Smith, and Sean Flurl.
Of course.
You guys are just such creative legends, geniuses, and it's been so inspiring to work with you and also watch them pivot from doing a cartoon review show to something greater.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, absolutely support those guys and everything they're doing. And now to the Hottest 100s and Thousands Extended Universe, which is, first of all, shouting out Dave Malloy. The first day I was nervous to approach Hottest 100s and Thousands at that live event that David James Young was holding. And David Malloy, he was just such a lovely, friendly guy and just helped welcome us into the group. And again, just one of these people that I met immediately and was like, I want to be your friend. I want to have you on the podcast. I want to pick your brain.
Yep. Our beloved correspondent.
Yeah, that's right. And also, Jack R. Riley, who I met through the podcast. It's just a wonderful, sweet man. Go check out his music. He's beautiful troubadour musician. And the Hottest 100s and Thousands, Adam Buncher, Nathan Harrison, David James Young, you guys have just been the best friends. Yeah. I was so nervous to meet you guys and approach you, and that you guys were just like, oh, we are fans, and and were so warm and welcoming us into the fold, and since have become the best of friends with these people, especially David James Young is always hitting me up to go to concerts and is giving me some just quite honestly just unbelievable experiences I don't think I'd ever have.
I think I've only met him once or twice, and he's been the most friendly, welcoming person I've ever met. Absolutely.
Yeah, so if you go to a concert in Sydney, he's the tall guy.
Yeah, he's right there. Say hi.
You'll see him front row center.
Recently just been published in the latest Guinness World Records book.
Get out of town.
He holds the title for most live concerts attended in a year.
Sounds right.
He doesn't get his picture next to the guy with the long nails, but he gets the test.
He gets his picture next to our hearts.
Yeah, exactly. But he's just been the best friend and opened me up to so many experiences. I hung out in the green room with Frenzel Rom the other week.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I went to Iron Maiden and I saw him in the crowd and he pulled me over and he was in a conversation circle with him, his brother, the guitarist from Frenzel Rom, and Osher Gunsberg. And I find myself in a conversation circle with those guys. It's what the fuck is happening right now?
Right.
Yeah.
The guitarist from Frenzel Rom? You mean the doctor?
Yeah, Lindsay. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. You guys do move in big circles, don't you?
He does.
And,
and I stay home.
In the green room the other week, at some point, I feel like I'm describing a dream. Lindsay pulls out this fucking banjo and starts playing Rainbow Connection, and everybody is singing Rainbow Connection.
Oh my God.
And several times, I'm catching Adam and Nathan's eye. I think DJ Y's used to it. I'm catching their eyes is this happening?
And then the door opens and the Queen walks in.
Fully.
3 astronauts baking paninis. And she just says, you, Elliot, you're never going to wake up. And I never did.
And unfortunately, got to move on to a little bit of sadness now because, of course, in the Hottest 100s group, of course, Andrew McDonald, who unfortunately, passed away 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I only knew you for 3 years, but fuck, man, you had such a big impact on my life. Andrew was just one of the most beautiful people in this world.
Friendliest, outgoing dude.
Like, looks so intimidating, like big, tall, gothy man with the big hair.
But you start talking to him, and it's easy as hell.
He was so curious and so like interested in conversing, and was just so beautiful. I miss him all the time, and it was glad to have known you. And unfortunately, didn't get to know this person that well, but Sean Nolan, who was a one-time guest for us, we did intend to have him on the show more, but it was just, I think he had a new job at the time, and the timing just never quite worked out, especially we're doing lots of late nights. Anyway, those are the excuses, but he passed away as well, and I had his sister reach out recently and just sort of said, that she was so glad that there's this on the record, because especially these days, you got a lot of photos, but sometimes what you'd lose is their voice.
Absolutely.
And in the same way with Andrew is that through Hottest 100s and Thousands, we've got a lot of documentation of him and then all the appearances he's done on the Index. But then with Sean Nolan, I'm just glad I've helped sort of fill that for someone else, because the conversation and what people were like when they were talking, you don't get that in a photo.
No.
Definitely.
It's the beauty of podcasting, and even if you're not going to make a podcast to share it and sell it out into the world, fuck it, just put a microphone in your family and just record it. You won't regret it.
You won't regret it.
All right, bring it back up. Philip Wolf.
Hey!
Getting into the most common contributors to this podcast. Just, again, absolute legend. It's been great having him.
Having our football correspondent around.
Football correspondent. He gets most of the American football episodes.
That makes sense.
And he's been a great supporter as well. I can't wait to work on more projects with you.
For real.
When we made Dave Plus One, the three of us, it was... I'm hoping to recapture that at some point soon, and absolute legend. Diana Green, just went up for her wedding this weekend, and someone who started out as a fan of the show, and just ended up being a guest, ended up being a really good friend, and I'm so glad I met you, and just important influence in my life. I love you. Claire Double R. I think it's pronounced R.
Hey, Claire.
This is weird just because we're getting into our best friends here.
Yes, we're intruding on our social circle.
But thank you for bringing it, and sorry for also lumping all those Apu episodes and some of the dicier episodes. It's just, hey, my woman friend, can you help us out here? We're white.
She's not afraid to do some dissecting.
Oh, no,
but
never was.
Absolute legend, absolute fearless. Just hold so true, absolute queen. Ashley/Jordan Frost. Jordan's anal corner. Again, thank you so much for just being a great friend.
Going through all those wastelands.
Bright, intelligent, witty, and brave enough to keep on watching.
Has definitely reviewed the greatest proportion of bad episodes out of anybody for the podcast. Thank you for being a little old masochist. I love you. Danny Rosewell.
I'm Danny Rosewell.
Oh my God, it is. It's him.
Yeah.
He's the guy for the podcast.
Now I'm into the thanking people that are in the room. In the room. Oh God, man.
You're welcome. Let's do it again soon.
All right, time for your performance review evaluation.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Well, look, we love everything you do and everything you've done for us. It's always been a, wonderful voice of often erratic and sporadic ideas mashed together. The brain working so fast the mouth can't keep up, and it's
the
always
agent
endearing.
of Chaos Rosewell.
However, you do play with a mic a lot. We'd like you to stop doing. You haven't done it today, though. I'll give you that, but not always into the mic, sweetie. So.
Well, I've discovered that I can fiddle with my headphone thing, and I'm the only one that hears it crackling.
Oh my God! It only took us 319 episodes to find that.
It's less satisfying when it doesn't bug Elliot, though.
Oh, isn't it just?
Thank you for making me a better editor. There we go. I can say that.
There's a compliment sandwich.
No, thanks for everything, man. It's a lot of sacrifice and a lot of time that I would have rather just been hanging out and not doing the pod. But
it's always been a blast.
Yeah,
it's been fantastic having a reason to hang out, we are always happy to hang out for no reason at all. We can sit around, watch TV, play games and music, and enjoy life.
No, but and now we have a bunch of conversations on the record, a bunch of conversations with really cool people like Michael Swain.
Yeah.
And
we can say we've achieved something with our with our lives, with our time that we spend doing
beautiful
nothing.
Body of work there to be proud of.
Yeah.
And bring me to BT Calloway.
Shucks you.
The man, the myth.
No, I mean, thank you so much for just watching every episode of The Simpsons with me now, between this and
Good
Except
Lord,
When It's Not. And, you know, it's weird because looking at the spreadsheet, it's like the original way that I designed it kind of didn't work for why you end up being the number 2 guests, like, as a default. Because it's just...
I am the Ryan Stiles to your Drew Carey.
But also I didn't want to change it to give it just a BT column because, you know, except when he's not.
Yep.
But also, thank you for all your sacrifice and help and us building SideQuest Studios into what it is today and us continuing our podcast and creative efforts into Pulp Fury Radio and Thrones of Game. And all the fucking weird side Quest Studios offshoot podcasts that we've done together. Thanks for being the person I talk to the most.
Thanks for being the person who's heard more of my voice than anybody else on this planet, including my family and girlfriend. And of course, thank you, Elliot. I mean, you put all this together, you did all the editing, you did all the hard stuff. We just show up. But
you give us a reason to show up.
But I mean, all the friends we've made, the fact we've traveled around to podcasts in Adelaide, and that is incredible. I don't know who I would be without the Index, which is a wild thing to say. And that this goal got us on track to meeting new people and talking media on other people's podcasts and things like that.
Yeah, that's
Has been above and beyond anything I ever thought would have happened.
No, it's again open the doors to us talking to people that we may have never thought to even approach for any reason.
How are you even allowed to just reach out to these people like they're normal people? So weird.
It's okay, I'm crazy, I've got a podcast.
But even just thinking critically about things and dissecting this show and finding out what works and what doesn't, and trying to look past those rose-colored glasses and everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm realizing now that in this podcast talking about why we're ending it, it comes to a lot of negatives, but to highlight the positives, we've made some fucking amazing friends.
Oh, yeah.
We are people who have changed my life forever. We've been doing the Index for 9 years now. This was longer than any of us were at high school.
For something that started as an excuse to go to Elliot's place and drink.
Drunk, yes. And just being I don't want to say being brave enough, but doing it and showing that you can just sit down and do something and make something. I think that's what gave us the courage to go on and write scripts and then record scripts and then produce, and then I've got 15 DJ albums now. That started off with me remixing our podcast,
Yeah, true.
Well, just the idea of you make something, you put it out there, and maybe it finds an audience, and maybe that audience is tiny, but you found someone who likes what you do.
And to highlight the audience as well, I'd be remiss if we didn't mention our Patreon heroes.
Hey!
You guys, thank you so much. When we first did the Patreon, it was just
we'll throw this out.
I guess it's the thing you do, and it's a small community, but we haven't lost a lot of people from the Patreon over the years.
That's pretty good.
So yes, sending out extra special shout outs to Grant Prusy.
Grant.
Go Grant.
16-ounce mouse. Philip Wolf
again.
Getting 2 thank yous for this one. Timothy Burleson.
Go Tim.
Stephanie. Chris Tarr. Almighty K.
His name is fun to yell.
It is.
Caleb 982.
Never found out what that 982 is, but
whatever happened to the first. Yeah, okay.
Do I have to watch Caleb's 1 through 981 to get it? Nick Ibis.
Of course.
Getting a second shout out as well.
Yes.
Nick Sultana. Very recent. I remember he subscribed to the Patreon just as we released our episode on the Patreon that said, hey, we're ending the Index later this year.
So that awkwardly messaging me hey, just so you know.
Yeah.
This is what you just signed up to.
Teresa, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Finally, David James Young, DJ Y.
Getting another. Don't worry, we'll see you all again behind the paywall.
Yes. So in crunching the numbers, the Simpsons Index review for seasons 1 through 35 and 1 episode from 36.
So now that we've finished The Simpsons, we can safely say it's a buy.
Definitely a buy. It got an average score of bronze across the whole thing.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
Which, if you look at like the best to worst here, like the majority of seasons are some sort of participant.
Oh, there's a lot of ugly purple in this one. Yeah. We have a lot of losers.
I think it says something of the strength of those first fucking 9 seasons.
Yeah.
That
Dragged up the rest of it.
that for our 15th to 35th best seasons are all some sort of bad. Like, the strength of those ones that could buoy it all up to a bronze is actually fucking a miracle.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So all that in mind, it is still worth watching the good ones. The good ones are still good.
Oh, wait, actually, no, it's a shiny bronze. Sorry, I mathed a bit wrong there. No, it's a shiny bronze. There we
makes
go.
all the difference.
Yeah, it's a bit of shine. Yeah, fuck. I think that might be everything.
Whoa. I'm getting nervous about pressing the stop button, right?
I mean, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Here we go into this great beyond, friends.
Actually, I didn't like that goodbye. Let's start again.
You
All
were
but
recording, right?
Start from the beginning of the list.
Happy Elliot. No. Luke, yeah, we're continuing starring Springfield. Go check that out on the free feeds.
Yep.
Yeah, and yeah, go check out the patreon.com/SideQuest Studios. We've got 4 years of fucking bonus podcasts happening over there.
All over it.
And yeah, we have a lot of fun over there.
And more to come.
But, you know, times are tough. Patreon's a luxury. So anyway, thank you for anyone who's been listening on the free feed and support us, social media shares.
No hard feelings to people who don't donate.
No, like all the comments and likes and stuff, like I see all that shit. I notice it all. And all the nice messages throughout the years is really like, it has made the difficult moments so much easier.
Oh, yeah. When sometimes you get someone who just says,
it can make such a difference to your day.
Yeah, we've got messages from people who've like been recovering in hospital and caught up on the entire show and stuff like that while they were just going through it. So, but it's also things like, you know, if you've never checked out Pulp Fury Radio, give that a listen. PulpFuryRadio.com or any podcatcher. Thrones of Games, still extremely proud of that.
Yeah, no, we had so much fun making Thrones, and yeah, look out for Working Class Wizards in the future.
Hopefully, God, we get through that ahead.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to have more time to dedicate to it because it's like the weekly obligation of, you know, editing an Index, a Starring Springfield, and a Patreon show. Yeah, it just doesn't leave enough time and motivation to keep fucking sitting here editing.
Yep.
Like, is this 4 hours?
No, it's a simpty fucking thing. You cut off the first hour. So it's still 3 hours and 15. So
there's a bit of editing ahead of you, Elliot.
Maybe I'll make this a 3-parter. I don't know. No, I won't.
Trim it down.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it.
That's
Anything
everything
else to add, guys?
Otherwise, part 3 would just be thank yous.
I think just the usual exit will probably be fine for us.
That's been Danny Rosewell.
I'm Danny Rosewell. Danny Rosewell.
And that's been PT Calloway.
So long, Stinktown.
I'm just remembering as well, my original exit line was, I'm not tapping out. Since then, Simpsons tapped out is tapped out.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, that game no longer exists. That's funny. Good thing I switched to my soon-to-be retired catchphrase. I'm Elliot J. O'Neill. That's all the mustard in the house!
Hey!
And one more time, thank you for listening to the Simpsons Index, an online spreadsheet that is also a podcast. We hope to see you all over at Starring Springfield and the SideQuest Studios Patreon page. Links for all that and more in the show notes, but for now, I've always wanted to have a go at doing this. And now please stay tuned for the bonus scenes.
Fuck, it's going to be so embarrassing when we come back next week, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, what else is on?
Fucking suckers. We got them tricked, haven't we?
I think of it like this Community Season 6 final episode. The finale was like, maybe come back. Probably not.
We'll see.
6 seasons of the movie.
Taglines.
Testing.
1, 2. Buckle my shoe.
3, 4. Buckle it some more.
5, 6. Suck my 5 dicks.
At the same time, that would be rather difficult depending on placement.
Why have you mic'd up your garbage bin?
It's got opinions and you're all going to hear it.
I mean,
it's only an improvement, man.
Are our opinions any less garbage?
He's taking podcasting to strange new places.
Not going to reinvent the world, going to uninvent the world.
Ooh.
Oh.
So one of us is going to be one of our feeds is going to be replaced by the mic, by the garbage can mic.
Do we find out who, but not until the end of the episode? What a suspenseful beginning.
This week on Survivor.
Well, I guess this is it.
You mean like goodbye?
Let's just call it.
I have to go now. My planet needs me.